Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, wake up, turn the volume up because we got the 2024 Don't Tell Mama March Madness bracket breakdown. I'm your host, Matt Kobold, joined with Robbie Hummel. Max Faulkner. Max.
Fair enough.
I like that Robbie Hummel jersey. That's smooth. What's up, brother?
Oh, man. Go Brazy, I just feel like dancing. Are we dancing tonight? I gotta put some polish on my dancing shoes and get that ready before tip-off tomorrow because I am.
Grater.
Woo, well, cheese grater. I don't grind anymore. I don't do no grinding. I'm 32 years old. You know, I
32.
I don't need 32? No cheese. Am I 32? I don't even know. Yeah, I'm turning 32. Okay, 32. You're turning 32 tomorrow, by the way. Hey, we're here at the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. Everyone out there, give Cole Breezy a very, very happy birthday wish. Leave it in the comments, why don't you? Just say, hey, B-Day, HB Day, all those stupid.
Thank you.
Yeah. Happy birthday, dude. How you feeling? How's everything going?
Thanks, brother. Thanks, brother. 32 tomorrow. You know, I'm blessed. I'm healthy mentally and physically. Blessed to have the tournament on my birthday, the first Thursday on my birthday. Couldn't ask for more. Really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to tonight's podcast, Max.
Yes.
The Don't Tell Mama 2024 March Madness bracket breakdown. This is arguably the biggest episode of the year for us.
Hey, us being the biggest fans of college basketball, we are breaking down every single game, everybody. And I'll tell you right now, Colbreezy and I, we get freaking nerdy for March Madness. It doesn't get much more nerdy than when you write down note cards for 64 teams. Actually, technically 60. Yeah, I did 68.
Yeah.
These play-in games. Everyone, sit back, relax, crack something open, and help us. Let us help you make some picks for you if you're a little stumped, because these matchups, Go Breezy, they're going to be tight. They are going to be some tight matchups this March Madness.
Every year, you know, upsets happen. Brackets get busted by dinner time on Thursday. You can fucking crumble them up and throw them in the trash. But like you said, this is our favorite sport, our favorite time of the year. We get super nerdy. We got the flashcards. Anything else you want to say about these flashcards, Max? Because I said it last year, and I'm going to say it again this year. I spent way too much fucking time on these flashcards. I got to bring it back down next year.
We say that every year. Like, that's just too much. Why am I doing this?
You take off.
Man, when you have nothing, like when you get done with work and you actually have a couple hours and you're not rushing through it, it's just a blast for me. I love it. I love taking the time to do this. Look how nerdy this freaking is, everybody. Sorry, there's a blurry screen. Whatever. Cole Breezy could show it a little bit better. But there was a point, Cole Breezy, where I was going to actually add a ranking, like bonus points. And then I said, I got to stop because I'm not going to be done. I'm not going to be done. Like, it's not going to be done by Thursday.
Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. So I freaking love it. And everyone, if you have questions about these note cards, what do we have on them? Leave it in the comments. We'd love to answer. We'd love to send you some pictures in case you want to get nerdy like us. I'm going to pass this on as a tradition, Cole Breezy. When I have kids one day, they're going to be helping me with this. I'm going to still be doing it, and they're going to be helping me with it.
Yeah. I like it, man. I like it. Let's just talk a little bit about the bracket reveal, some reactions that we had from that, a couple tournament storylines that might be some headliners going in. But I think the biggest bracket reaction for me was the bid thieves, the teams that's won their automatic bids from the conference tournament, and the bubble teams that were squeezed out. You heard the chairman from the committee talk about how it was the hardest year in many years picking the teams because the bubble was the best it's been in years. The teams that were left out were the best that they've been in years. You got, according to the committee chairman, 5 bids were stolen. Okay, New Mexico was not going to be in. They win the Mountain West. North Carolina State, they win 5 games in 5 days to win the ACC as the 11 seed, 10 seed. They weren't going to be in. The UAB Blazers, they get in from the American. The Oregon Ducks, they were the 4 seed in the Pac-12. Pac-12 was down. They go on a run, beat Arizona and Colorado. They steal a bid. And then the Dukes of Duquesne. Okay, they go and
Yep.
win what, the A10. So them and Dayton are in now. Dayton was presumed to be in. Now Duquesne steals. I think the Max, jump in here, but the bubble teams for me that were squeezed out, I'm going to throw St. John's in
Yep.
there. That was a surprise.
No doubt.
Oklahoma, solid record in the Big 12.
Sure.
Indiana State.
Indiana State was definitely on mine.
That sucks. That sucks. The highest team, I believe. Let me double check this. 29th in the net. 29th in the net, Indiana State. That's the highest team ever to be left out of the tournament, Indiana State.
Shady.
And I'll also throw in Seton Hall, 13-7 in the Big East. We thought they were in, and then even Pittsburgh was the 4 seed in the
Pittsburgh.
East.
Yeah.
Max, I don't know if you have any more teams that might have got cut there. Their bubble got squeezed by these automatic bids, but those are 5 for me.
Those were the big dogs for me as well. Actually, yeah, Oklahoma, I guess, would be my 5th, considering that they had a decent season and they're, but if anyone else has any ideas of who else got snubbed, please bring it on, because this is a tight bracket. It is just a tight bracket. It's hard to get into the dance, everybody. You could be 28-6 like Indiana State and not get in because you lost to freaking Drake. Drake's really good, though. We'll talk about that pretty soon. They're pretty good.
Drake is good.
Be ready for that. But that just goes to show you, everybody, how this tournament is. It's you got to win. You got to win those tournaments, especially for a small team.
Yeah, if you're a mid-major, if you're in a mid-major conference, you have to win your conference tournament. That sucks. That's the life of a mid-major. That's the life of a mid-major. Talking about a mid-major conference, the Mountain West Conference set a record with 6 bids. We were talking about the Mountain West all year. We're on it. But I think a big reaction was the seeds that they got.
Yeah.
Utah State, the regular season winner, 8 seed. Nevada gets a 10. New Mexico is in the first 4. You got Boise State in the first 4. Colorado State in the first 4. Come on. No, New Mexico State's not in the first 4. They get an 11 seed. Colorado State, Boise State, both in the first 4. Yes. San Diego State, a 5 seed.
5 seed for San Diego State. Well, they did go to the They went to the championship game, and if I'm not mistaken, their strength of schedule might have been 11th. It's pretty high. It was pretty up there.
That feels about right, but every other team, I think, is seated lower than we would have projected them, Max.
Yeah.
And then also the Big East. Only getting 3 teams. It seems like the Big East was really squeezed on the bubble with St. John, Seton Hall. I'll throw in Providence. Providence had a case. 3 teams from the Big East. That's very surprising. Any thoughts on that, Max?
Very surprising. I don't know any other words other than that. I'm a little baffled.
Baffled's a good one.
Yeah. St. John's was really good. Seton Hall was really good, and they got kicked out of the dance. I think that if Duquesne or UAB, if they didn't win, then potentially those guys would have slipped in. I think they were the 100%. Top 2 that got snubbed. I would say they 100%. Were the top 2.
St. John's and Seton Hall, yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that along with Indiana State there. I'd say that was top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those Big East teams, those 3 that got in, number 1 overall seed UConn, 2 seed Marquette, 3 seed Creighton, pretty top heavy there.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest storyline of this 2024 NCAA tournament, been talking about it for a couple months now, I think it's the revenge tour for your Boilermakers, the Purdue Boilermakers from West Lafayette. I think that might be the biggest storyline here. We saw in 2018, Virginia, the number 1 overall seed. They get beat by number 16 UMBC, the Retrievers. They come back in 2019, Virginia does, and win it all. Max, I'm not going to ask you any prediction right now, but I think that is the biggest storyline heading into this tournament. What do you think?
First thing I got to say is history is on Purdue's side.
Ooh.
When you just named out that stat, it's only happened twice. Just saying. You better believe the Purdue Boilers are pumped up and ready to go. Okay,
Happy.
They are not going to disappoint. That's all I'm going to say right now. I'm jacked up. Cole Breezy, I got to stand up.
Whoa.
I feel like I'm on the court. I feel like I'm on the freaking court. Look, I got my shirt tucked in. I got my shirt tucked in.
You got your jersey tucked in. You're ready to go.
Tucked.
Wow.
I'm ready.
Wow.
I'm ready. Put me in, coach. Put me in, painter. Let's go.
Jersey's tucked. Jersey's tucked. You could take Ethan Morton's minutes, maybe.
Guy's long. He's longer than you think. He's got long arms.
He plays hard. No, he plays hard.
Yeah.
I'll take him. Max, I want to talk about a couple nuggets here, a couple tournament nuggets, a couple things that when you're doing your bracket, you see you got a lot of 1 seeds, a lot of 2 seeds, 3, 4, you got a lot of chalk going on. I'm going to give you these nuggets. It's going to make you look at your bracket again. Okay. Get ready here. The first 4 has been around for 12 years. The first 4 we're watching right now, Montana State, Grambling State. It's been around for 12 years. This is the 13th. First 12 years. In 11 of those 12 years, a first 4 participant has moved on to win at least another game. Okay. Ooh. Last year, 11 seed Pittsburgh and 16 seed Fairleigh Dickinson both won the first 4 and then won another. So what's that tell you? You got to pick one of these first 4 teams to win another game. Next nugget. A 15 seed has reached the Sweet 16 for 3 consecutive tournaments.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
What? Princeton last year, Pete Cox the year before, and Oral Roberts with Max Asmus the year before that.
How about that?
15 seed in the Sweet 16 3 years in a row. Is that going to happen again? You can't predict it. You can't predict that. You can't put that in your bracket. 3 years in a row, it's happened. Next nugget. 13 seeds have at least 1 win in 27 of the 38 tournaments. 13 seeds have won a game in 27 out of 38. Throw a 13 seed in there.
You better pick a 13 seed.
Don't get nervous. Next nugget. At least 1 top 4 seed has lost in the first round in 14 of the last 15 tournaments. Woo-wee. Top 4 seed has lost in the first round in 14 of the last 15. Got to have a big upset in your first round.
Oh my goodness! I don't even know. I'm looking at my bracket. I'm starting to shake.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what these nuggets are going to do to people.
Yeah.
Got to go back and look.
Yeah.
Next one. A double-digit seed has advanced to the Sweet 16 in 15 straight and 36 of 38 overall.
Expect it.
And there's been an 11 seed in the Sweet 16 in 7 of the last 9. There's been an 11 seed in the Sweet 16 in 7 of the last 9 tournaments. Holy shit. Next nugget. All 4 2 seeds have made the Sweet 16 just twice in the past 26 tournaments. You got to have a 2 seed that loses before the Sweet 16. That's tough.
It is tough. It's hard to see one of those guys go down. I could think of a couple.
No, Max, just looking at last year's tournament, there were no 1 seeds in the Elite 8. That was the first time ever. Yeah. No 1 seeds in the Elite 8 last year. First time ever.
I wouldn't predict that again, Cole Breezy. I'll tell you right now. These 1 seeds this year, they are damn good.
Just looking at my bracket, Max. Yeah, I can't. I'm not following that one. I'm off on that one. 3 more nuggets here. At least 1 team seeded 7th or worse has reached the Final 4 in 9 of the last 10 tournaments.
Oh, my goodness.
7th or worse in 9 of the last 10 has made the Final 4.
How do you pick that?
I can't.
I get so detailed on these damn stats.
You throw the cards out there, you pick that. Okay? That's
freaking how you pick FAU. Well, you know what? When I say FAU, I'll say Miami over FAU. FAU had a 30-3 season last year. So that's predictable. You can pick that, man.
They were a 5 seed, though. They were a 5 seed. This is
they
7th
were 5.
Or worse. Okay. This is 7th or worse. Has made the Final 4 in 9 of the last 10.
I thought they were a 9. Oh, they're at 8 this year. My fault. Sorry. Getting all mixed up.
Oh, geez. And there's been a 4 seed or worse in the Final 4 for 13 straight. There's been a 4 seed or worse in the Final 4 for 13 straight. So you got to at least have a 4 seed in your Final 4.
Oh, boys.
This was one that I pulled up last year, and it still is true this year. And I will be referencing it again later. Also, multiple times throughout this tournament, you will hear it. No defending champion has advanced past the Sweet 16 since Florida in 2007.
Yeah.
You heard about that? Heard me bring that one up last year. We see Kansas was the defending champs get taken out in the 2nd round against Arkansas. So it's still true. Only 4 of the 15 of these 15 years since Florida went back to back, since Florida was a reigning champion and went past the Sweet 16, there's been 15 years. Only 4 of those 15 champions even reached the Sweet 16. Okay. Even reached the Sweet 16. Talked about Kansas losing last year in the second round. Baylor the year before getting knocked off in the second round by North Carolina. Tough to do. Okay, we see UConn, the defending champ, number one overall seed. Hasn't happened since 2007 that the defending champion has made it past the Sweet 16. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Last nugget, Max. No team has ever won a national championship after losing their first conference tournament game. Tennessee comes to mind. Creighton comes to mind. Who else got knocked off in conference tournament play, Max? Can you name anybody else for me?
Yeah, and you said what
First
seed?
game.
Sorry?
To lose their first game in the conference tournament.
If
you lose your first game in the conference tournament, you've never won the national championship.
Kentucky.
Kentucky
just lost their first game in this tournament.
Good call.
Bama.
I got it right here, actually. Alabama. Yep. Alabama, Kansas, Duke, Tennessee, Creighton, Kentucky. Those are the top 6 seeded teams that all lost their first tournament game in their conference tournament. There's never been a team to lose their first conference tournament game and move on to be the national champions.
How about that?
So if you got Tennessee, Creighton, Kentucky, Duke, Kansas, or Bama cutting down the nets, you might want to look at that again, fellas.
Okay, all right.
You might want to look at that again.
It's that momentum, everyone. You got to have some momentum going into the dance.
So those were about 10 to 15 juicy nuggets right there that you hear those and you're like, oh man, when you're looking at your bracket, you might have to go back and look because madness is going to happen. It is going to happen. Can you predict where it's going to be?
I recommend wearing a shirt that you can easily rip. Like just wear a white t-shirt. Just wear an old white t-shirt. So when you get angry, you can just rip it in half like the freaking Hulk. All right? That's my recommendation. Or a pillow to scream into. Because sometimes when these 1 seeds go down, oh man, it can be so frustrating.
Very frustrating. Last nugget that we got before we get into the bracket, our matchups. Okay, we got a disturbing bracket trend here, Max.
Oh, no.
In the last 3 tournaments, a top 2 seed has lost in the first round to a team with a phallic euphemistic name. Okay.
What?
If we don't know what phallic means, phallic is relating to or resembling an erect penis.
Oh, my.
Okay. 2021, 15 seed Oral Roberts defeated 2 seed Ohio State. 2022, 15 seed St. Peter's Peacocks defeated 2 seed Kentucky.
Welcome back, by the way. Welcome back. They're here.
2023, 16 seed Fairleigh Dickinson defeated number 1 Purdue. And Max, this year, 2024, sees number 1 Houston playing 16 seed Longwood. If this happens again, what are you going to say?
That the NCAA committee are a bunch of perverts. That's my answer to that. What a great stat. Oh my God.
You know, the guy that sent me this, I got to give credit to our guy Sam Belkas, Queef Sam, the double scoop, the reigning champion of our fantasy football league. I'll give him some props, but he sent me this morning. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
Max, let's get into this bracket and start making picks.
Yes.
Okay, because that's what everybody's been waiting for. Woo! Let's start in the East region. The number 1 overall seed, the UConn Huskies. Can you believe it? This is their first number 1 seed since 2009.
Cannot believe that.
They've won 3 national championships since they've had a number 1 seed. What is that about? This is also, now they went to the American Conference and they came back to the Big East, but this was their first outright Big East regular season title since 1999.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Woof.
Stetson, they're playing the 16 seed Hatters of Stetson. I had to look up Hatters. It's a person who makes and sells hats, Max, is what a hatter is. Okay.
The American dream, Cobreezy, where this guy probably was selling hats, or his grandpa was just selling hats to start his business, and then due to such sales, he now invented a college. Good for Stetson. Good for Stetson.
Good for the Stetson Hatters. This is their first ever tournament tournament appearance, first ever. They're not going to get their first win. UConn's moving on. I'm not worried about this
We're
one.
not wasting time on that UConn on that one, baby.
In the 8-9 matchup in the East, this baby's always a toss-up when we got two very, very comparable teams.
Yep.
You got the Florida Atlantic Owls. This is their third appearance. Of course, they're coming off that Final Four run last season. They're going up against the Big Ten's private school Pussycats from Northwestern. This is their third ever appearance, second straight. Max, Northwestern's, they're missing Matthew Nicholson and Ty Berry. Ty Berry was the fourth leading scorer. Matthew Nicholson, second leading rebounder, just ruled out.
Oh,
that's enough for me.
Yeah.
I don't like the private school Pussycats. They give up they foul too much. They don't rebound enough.
Yeah.
I'm going FAU with the experience and more talent.
That's disappointing to hear for the Wildcats. They had a good year. They beat Purdue this year at their court. But FAU, everyone, you got to give them some respect. You got to give them some respect from last year's Final Four. They have three big dogs on their team. They're 7 players deep. I got FAU as well, Cobrizi.
Next up in the East, the 5-12 matchup. We got the San Diego State Aztecs taking on the UAB Blazers.
Ooh.
UAB Blazers making their 17th tournament appearance. I thought that was a lot. 17, I thought that was high for UAB, Max. They beat South Florida twice this year. They got the American Athletic Conference Defensive Player of the Year in Yaxel Lindenberg. Okay, Yaxel, that's a pretty good name.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Aztecs are better. UAB is lucky to be in the tournament. I got the Aztecs moving on, baby.
Oh, baby. Some respect again, tossing them into from last year's Final Four. But I'm Cobrizi. I'm going upset already. Going upset early.
Baby.
I got UAB, the Blazers. It's funny, in the beginning of the season, I thought they were called the Dragons because they have a dragon. Their mascot's a dragon. But UAB, they're red hot right now. They score the ball very well. I got UAB in this upset, boys.
Wow, you got an upset. Max, you counted out San Diego State in the first round last year. Okay, you had them going down last year too. I think you're sleeping on them again. No respect for the Aztecs.
I did pick them. Yeah.
No fucking respect. And that also leads me into UConn, FAU, and San Diego State. We're all in the Final Four last year, all in the top half region of this East.
Interesting that they all they ended up in the same region in the East.
Bang, bang, bang.
Mm-hmm.
Bang, bang, bang. And then Miami, the other Final Four participant. Bad year this year.
Yikes.
Next matchup in the East, the 4-13 matchup. We got the Auburn Tigers, fresh off that SEC tournament championship. This is their 13th appearance, third straight. Max, they're 11-0 in first-round games since 1985. Auburn is 11-0. Yale, this is their 7th appearance, first since 2022. That's good. They needed a buzzer beater in that Ivy League championship. So
against Brown, freaking Brown Bombers.
Here. I got the Auburn Tigers, baby. They're hot.
Yeah.
Janai Broom. Let's go. Bruce Pearl. Come on.
Auburn is red hot. They're on a 6-game winning streak. They won the SEC tournament. I got Auburn in this one easily. Let's not waste any more time.
Next matchup, Max. The 6-11 matchup in the East. We got a lot of flashcards moving around right now. But we got the BYU Soakers out of the Big 12. BYU, they have the most NCAA tournament appearances without reaching a Final Four. They have 30 appearances with no Final Fours.
Wow.
They've won more than one game only once since 1981. They went to the Elite Eight in 1981, but they've only won multiple games once since then.
Wow.
The Duquesne Dukes, out of the A-10, they won that tournament title. This is their 6th appearance and first since 1977. First appearance for Duquesne since 1977. Okay. Real quickly, their coach, Keith Dambrot, he announced he was retiring at the beginning of the season. So this was like his farewell tour. The boys, they got together. They won the tournament for him. They're dancing now. Keith Dambrot, if that name rings any bell, that was LeBron James's high school coach.
Oh, how about that? Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
So now he's with Duquesne. I just talked about the Dukes a lot, but I got them going down to the Soakers of BYU out of the Big 12, baby. BYU, they shoot that 3 ball. They're moving on.
I know you're a Mormon now, Cole Breezy.
I made a statement the other day. I made a statement. I'm not going Mormon, all right? I want to set the record straight.
Okay, all right. Duquesne, what an interesting name, by the way, considering that there's an S in that. All these silent S's. It's very interesting. Duquesne's red hot. Okay, they're red hot right now. They're on an 8-game winning streak, Cole Breezy. 8-game winning streak. They had to win the Atlantic 10 in order to get into the dance, but I'm still going with BYU. BYU jumping into the Big 12 this season and showing the Big 12, hey, we're ready to roll. Thank you for letting us join, but hey, let's go.
For real. Good year for BYU. Went into Kansas and won. So we're both on the Soakers there. Moving on to 3-14 matchup in the East, the Big Ten tournament champion fighting Illini of Illinois. They're taking on the Ohio Valley Conference champion, the Eagles of Morehead State. Morehead State won a program record 26 games this year. This is their 9th appearance and 2nd since 2011. Max, I'm going upset. First big one here.
Oh, my
First big one here. Let me break this down, baby. Let me break this down. Morehead State, they're 8th in points per game allowed, tied for 5th in shooting percentage defense, tied for 9th in three-pointers made allowed, tied for 9th in three-point percentage allowed, and 2nd in assists allowed. Morehead State has a good defense. Illinois is very talented. I think Illinois got NBA players, good coached. But let me pull this one out for you, for Illinois, because I've had Illinois in the past. 2021, I had them as my champion. They were a 1 seed with Io DeSumo.
And
Cockburn. Okay, first off, Cockburn. That spells Cockburn.
That's Cockburn.
Okay, not Coburn. Don't give me that shit. Kofi Cockburn and Io DeSumo. I had Illinois winning it all that year, 2021. But get this, Illinois. Remember 2005, they lost to North Carolina in the championship game. Darren Williams, D. Brown. That was a good Illinois team.
Yeah, that was great.
Lost in the championship. 2005. They haven't advanced past the first weekend since then. They haven't gotten to the Sweet 16 since 2005. And they haven't defeated a team seeded better than 8th since 2005. I'm going Morehead State, baby. Eagles. Eagles out of the Ohio Valley Conference. Shout out Kenneth Fareed. Morehead State's moving on.
No way, boys. Not going with the upset in Illinois. Terrence Shannon Jr. scored 40 points and then 35 in the championship game to win the Big Ten title. No freaking way. They got 3 seniors that are big dogs on that team. They're 7 players deep and 6 experienced players. No way. Illinois is getting past those stats, Cole Breezy.
Illinois is really good, but we see 3 seeds lose every year, so I'm throwing one in right now. 7-10 matchup in the East. We got the Cougars of Washington State, a surprise season from the Pac-12. This is their 7th appearance and their first since 2008. Trivia time, Max. Who was their coach in 2008? The Cougars of Washington State.
Oh, I know this one. Why can't I think of his name? Damn it. I wish I was quicker.
Just got his ass beat last night. Got embarrassed.
I'm drawing a blank.
Tony Bennett of Virginia.
Yeah, Tony Bennett. Yep.
So he took the Cougars of Washington State to the tournament in 2008, parlays that into the Virginia job. Cougars haven't been dancing since. They're taking on the Bulldogs of Drake out of the Missouri Valley Conference. This is their 7th appearance, 2nd straight. They tied the record for program record for wins with 28 wins. Drake's got 1 loss since February 3rd. Coach's son, Tucker DeVries, the Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Year, was tied for 6th in the nation in scoring with almost 22 a game, 6'7", 210 pounds. These guys were my sleeper last year. Unfortunately, they matched up with Miami in the first round. But damn it, I got Drake again this year. Drake's taking down Washington State.
Love that pick. Cole Breezy, you and I have this upset. I also got the Drake Bulldogs. They are damn good. They are damn good. 5-game winning streak. They got 9 wins in their last 10 games, including winning the Missouri Valley Championship against Indiana State. But 3 big dogs on the team with the big guy that you talked about, Tucker DeVries. Woo, let's go Bulldogs.
Tied for 6th in the nation in scoring, Tucker DeVries. I think people are sleeping. Last first round matchup in the East, the 2-15 matchup. We got the Jackrabbits of South Dakota State, the Summit League champions. This is their 7th appearance. They're 0-7 all time. Unfortunately, Max, this is going to be 0-8 for them because they're taking on the 2-seed Iowa State Cyclones, who just mollywopped Houston in that Big 12 championship game. Iowa State is tough. We know about their defense. They have 3 tournament appearances under current coach TJ Otzelberger. Played 4 games in those 3 tournaments. All 4 games, they scored under 60 points, but they only allowed more than 60 once. So this game's going to be low scoring. Cyclones win.
Got Iowa State, baby. A lot of momentum moving in after winning the Big 12 tournament. They had to win against some big-time teams, everybody, to win that Big 12 tournament.
Baylor.
Baylor. Obviously, you already brought up Houston, a number 1 seed, everyone, just so we're clear. Iowa State, baby. Let's go.
Second round matchups in the East, baby. I think we both got the Yukon Huskies taking on the Florida Atlantic Owls. This could have been a championship matchup last year, but the Owls were taken down by the Aztecs and on the left side of the bracket. I like Dusty May. I see him coaching somewhere else next year. I know he signed an extension, but these big schools have enough money to pay that buyout. Dusty May, a hell of a coach. He's gonna be coaching somewhere else next year. This is his last game for the Owls. Yukon Huskies going to the Sweet 16.
Yes, we won't waste any more time. UConn's too damn good, and I think it'll be a close game in the first half. How about that?
Yeah.
I got UConn.
Next game, we got a different matchup here. I got a 4-5. I got Auburn and I got San Diego State. Real quickly on San Diego State, the Mountain West Conference. They have 27 tournament wins in the history of their conference. 27 tournament wins. San Diego State has 11 of those 27, and no other school has more than 4. San Diego State is really holding it down for the conference, and they are 6-0 in the first 2 rounds when they're seeded 5 or better. They've never lost in the first 2 rounds when seeded 5 or better. This is going to be their first one. Bruce Pearl, Auburn Tigers, they're hot. They play defense. They can score.
Yeah.
They're fast-paced. San Diego State, they don't shoot the ball. They don't shoot it from deep. 44% from the floor and 31% from deep. Ain't going to get it done. Aztecs, sorry. I think you're less talented than last year. Okay, Jaden Ledee really emerged into a star, okay?
He's good.
Jaden Ledee had 4 career starts in his first 4 years. He blossoms into an All-American this year. I love Jaden Ledee, but you guys are going down. Auburn moving on.
So I got Auburn taking on UAB. I'm not going to waste any more time. Auburn is the real deal. This is what we want to see. As soon as I saw it pop up in this region when we were watching it on the selection show Sunday, I was like, oh, Connecticut taking on Auburn in the Sweet 16. That's one of the best games of the entire tournament. One of the best games of the tournament. That's what I got, everybody. Can't wait to see it.
We got the same matchup there, but let's stay in the second round here. We got a different one. I got a 6-14 matchup. I got the Cougars of BYU and the Eagles of Morehead State. Morehead State pulling off that big upset against Illinois. I think Illinois could make a Final Four run. I got to take them down there in that first round. Morehead State, they're riding high. They're soaring. The Eagles are soaring. But BYU, they connect on 12, 13, 15, 16 threes. Moving on to the Sweet 16, baby. Morehead State ain't going to beat BYU.
You got a tie underneath that shirt, Cole Breezy? You're going to go knock on some doors later with the Bible in your hand?
Dairy Queen was giving out free cones last night. And so, I'm an ice cream guy, even though I'm a little lactose intolerant. I still like my cream. So we go to Dairy Queen and behind us, 4 Mormons, four boys, 4 boys doing the job. And, maybe they rubbed off on me a little bit. BYU Soaker Sweet 16.
Were they wearing a BYU jersey? That's the last question I have about these Mormons. Okay, damn it. All right. I got Illinois taking on BYU in this matchup. Great game. Okay, a 3-6 matchup. I mean, another really, really good one, tightly contested game. But I'm still going Illinois, Cole Breezy. I know you got them going down in the first round. I like the pick, but I think Illinois is damn good. I think they are really, really good. And I think this is one of their best teams that they've had. I know Coffee Cockburn, like we talked, Iodu Sumo, I understand. Yep, they were a 1 seed. But I think this team is better because Terrence Shannon, with his scoring ability, oh my, look out.
I like it. Last matchup in the second round in the East. Do we both have the 210 Iowa State Drake here, Max?
Yep.
So we got the same matchup. This one's going to be a good one. I went back and forth on this one. But I'm impressed with the Bulldogs of Drake. I took them to the Sweet 16 last year. I was wrong. I'm back on them again.
Oh, my goodness, boys.
Max,
oh, my goodness.
we go back to that nugget where all 4 2 seeds have made the Sweet 16 just twice in the past 26 tournaments. This is my 2 seed that is going down before the Sweet 16. You got to have one.
Yeah.
You got to have one. The Cyclones are mine. I know they just mollywopped Houston. They held them to 41 points. I know. But I think they're riding high. They struggle to score. Okay, they struggle to score.
They do.
And damn it, Drake, they're going to slow the tempo. Iowa State plays slow, but Drake's going to slow it down even more. Tucker DeVries, best player on the floor. Drake going to the Sweet 16.
Go Breezy, you and I are in sync. I also have the Drake Bulldogs taking on the number 2 seed. I know. I was shocked. And I said, let's do it.
Yourself.
I said, let's go.
You shocked yourself.
I was excited when I saw it with all my stats. I was like, you know what? Let's go. I'm not taking a gut pick. I'm not taking no gut pick. Let's do it. Come on.
I like it. So first matchup in the Sweet 16 in the East, we both have the 1-4 UConn Huskies, Auburn Tigers. Oh my goodness, we got the Big East we got the Big East regular season and tournament champions, Auburn, the SEC tournament champions. I was back and forth on this one. We know the stats about the defending champion. There hasn't been a reigning champion win a Sweet 16 game since 2007, Florida. 15 straight years, the defending champion hasn't won this game. I say it stops here. UConn might be better than last year. Huskies going to the Elite 8.
Oh, that freaking hype. Well played. Same here, Cole Breezy. It was funny. Before I even started taking the note cards, on Sunday night, I took a shower, and that was the one game I was thinking of. I was like, I think Auburn could take down UConn. I think that's the team. I think that's the team to take down a 1 seed. I just kept talking to myself as I'm washing my hair. But some people say that taking a shower helps you to think of good ideas, helps you to clear your mind, clear your head. I cleared my head very soon after. I still got the UConn Huskies. Go Brizzy. I still got them. I think they are better. Like you already said, I think they are better than last year.
That's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great game.
Can't wait. Please give it to us. Please.
Come on. If the seeds hold, but I will say Auburn.
So good.
Auburn, they're a 4 seed. Their last 2 trips as a top 4 seed in 2018 and 2022, they both lost in the second round. They lost in the second round both those years. So
okay. All right.
We'll see. The seeds didn't hold that time. In the second matchup in the East for the Sweet 16, we got a different matchup here because I got the Mormons. Okay, BYU taking on the Bulldogs of Drake. Max, BYU is second in the nation with 11.2 threes made per game, and also second in the nation in 32.2 3-point attempts per game. They're making them. They're getting them up. They don't shoot free throws. They're scoring almost 82 a game. That's 20th in the nation. I got Drake as a surprise team in my Sweet 16. I got BYU.
Oh, my goodness.
Shit. Holy shit. The Soakers of BYU going into my Elite 8. Here was something. They got 4 players shooting over 37% from deep. 4 guys shooting over 37% from deep.
Nice.
This was something funny. I heard it once. I thought I heard it again. Then I wrote it down. Heard it 3 times, and I was like, that's really weird. They were a 5 seed, but dropped to a 6 because the Mormons don't play on Sundays. The fuck is that? They dropped them a line so they wouldn't have to play on a Sunday if they win their first round game. I never heard of that. I never heard of that. I heard it once.
That's dedicated.
Like I said, I heard it once and I was like, heard it twice, wrote it down, heard it 3 times. I said, holy shit, it's real. Wow. BYU going to the Elite 8, baby.
You're nuts. You get a freaking Mormon shirt. I don't mean get a BYU shirt. I'm talking just get that plain white shirt, get the plain black tie. Yep, there you go. Yep. You got your Christmas or you got your Halloween costume for next year.
Halloween. Oh, whoa. Maybe some navy blue pants.
I got Illinois taking on Drake. Okay, also got Drake in that matchup. This is another great matchup, by the way. I almost went with Drake. I almost did. And then I decided, no, I'm still going with Illinois. I think Illinois is proving themselves quite a bit. They have a bone to pick with this tournament after losing with that #1 seed to, what was it, Loyola Chicago, Sister Jean?
The Ramblers.
They're not losing. They are not losing to the Drake Bulldogs. They are going to go up against UConn in this Elite Eight.
I originally had Illinois in my Elite Eight, and then I went back and looked at these Morehead State Eagles, and it got me tickling. So then I originally had UConn, Illinois, like you. Go ahead and lead us into that matchup, Max. Illinois, UConn for you.
Great matchup. Love it. Illinois leads, or leads, okay, I'm sorry, is better than UConn in points scored and also rebounds. So they might control the game, but here's the difference, Cole Breezy. 13 assists compared to 18.5 assists from UConn. UConn moves it, man. They move it, and
Fourth
they play.
in the 18.5 assists is fourth in the nation. Go ahead.
And UConn plays damn good defense. Unbelievable defense. Illinois, their defense is a little shaky. They get rebounds, but defense is a little shaky. I got UConn going again to the Final Four. Those stats that you tossed out earlier, Cole Breezy, we are going to prove it wrong.
I'm right there with you, Max. I've fallen into this trend the last 2 years and maybe again this year where I'm doing these flashcards and I'm looking at the #1 overall seed and I'm saying they have the best resume, which that makes sense. They're the #1 overall seed. So like last year, I picked Bama to win it all. They lost. Year before that, I had Gonzaga, #1 overall seed. They lost. This year, I got UConn, the #1 overall seed, making the Final Four, baby. I'm with you. The Huskies, they're cutting down the East regional nets. We're locked on that one. Throughout the bracket, a lot of differences.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But we both ended at the same place, the UConn Huskies, the East regional champions. Woo! Max, let's move down to the bottom left now. We got one region down, 3 to go. Let's go to the West, where the North Carolina Tar Heels are the 1 seed out of the ACC. Since 1985, these Tar Heels have been a 1 seed 14 times. Of those 14, nine of those, they've made the Final Four, and 4 of those 9, they've cut down the nets. Okay, so a 1 seed is a big deal for these Tar Heels.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're taking on the Seahawks of Wagner, who beat the Bison of Howard last night in the first 4. Wagner's coming out of the NEC, where Fairleigh Dickinson came out of last year. That's not sleep. Wagner, this is their second appearance, first since 2003. No reason to talk about this game anymore. I know the NEC champion, first 4 winner, won another game last year, the Knights of Fairleigh Dickinson, but I'm not predicting that. I'm not going to say that's going to happen again. North Carolina moving on. Also in the bottom left region last year.
Oh my gosh. North Carolina, baby. We're going to talk about them more with a better matchup.
The 8-9 matchup in the West. This one's always a toss-up, Max. A lot of times they're power conference schools that maybe we don't really know about. But we got the Mississippi State Bulldogs, the 8 seed, taking on the Michigan State Spartans, the 9 seed. Mississippi State, their last NCAA tournament win was in 2008. They haven't won a tournament game since 2008.
Wow.
The Spartans, since 2007, their record in the first round as a 9 seed or better, 13-1. That's going to be 14-1.
Yeah.
You know I respect Tom Izzo. I don't even need to hear you say anything. I know you're going with Michigan State because of Tom Izzo. Mississippi State, though, I will say their guard Josh Hubbard, little guy, last 7 games, 26.1 points per game. This guy could go on a Kemba Walker-like run, but I don't see it happening. Michigan State, Tom Izzo. Moving on here, boys. 13-1 since 2007 in the first round as a 9 seed or better.
We don't need to talk much more. You can't go against Tom Izzo in the first round, at least the first round. But like the dance in general, yeah. But the first round, no way. It's an easy pick. Just pick Tom Izzo first round and see what happens after that. I got Michigan State.
Next matchup in the West, we got the 5-12 here. The St. Mary's Gales, the West Coast Conference regular season and tournament champions. This is their 13th tournament appearance, third straight. It's the first time in school history they've been to 3 straight, but they've only advanced past the second round once. That was 2010. They made the Sweet 16. They've only been out of the second round once, so not a lot of success for the Gales. They're playing on the Lopes. They're taking on the Lopes, the Antelopes of Grand Canyon, the WAC champions with a program record 29 wins. This is their third tournament appearance, second straight, coached by my guy, Bryce Drew. Let's not sleep on him. They're led by Kansas transfer Tyon Grant Foster with a WAC leading 19.8 points and 6 rebounds. This guy played at Kansas. I think he was junior college first. Goes to Kansas, plays a year, goes to DePaul, plays 1 game, has a heart issue, sits out that year, sits out the next 2 years, and now he ends up at Grand Canyon. 19.8 points per game for these guys, for Tyon Grant Foster. St. Mary's, they're hot. They have 2 losses since December 1st.
Yeah.
2 losses since December 1st. St. Mary's, they're one of the hottest teams in America. They just lost power forward Joshua Jefferson to season-ending knee surgery, 10.2 points, 6.5 boards. We see every year guys get hurt, and it affects them in that first round. I got an upset here, baby.
Wow.
The Lopes, the Antelopes of Grand Canyon, led by Bryce Drew and Tyon Grant Foster, taking down St. Mary's and moving on.
Cole Breezy, I did not know about this this injury. Did this just come out?
I'm not 100% sure when the young man got hurt, Joshua Jefferson, season-ending knee surgery.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, because I didn't see it. I didn't see it on here. This is making me definitely shaky.
You changing live here? You change your bracket live?
I'm gonna tell you right now. Yeah, I'm changing it right now. I'm gonna go with the. I'm going with Grand Canyon. When a player that's in your top 5, because it messes up all my stats, by the way, because there's 5 scorers on the team. They're 5 deep. One of those guys are out now. That's 10 points. That's 10 points out of here.
6.5 boards too.
I had St. Mary's, everybody, but I did not see
which flip-flopping.
I'm telling you right now, that had to have popped up fairly soon, where he's just completely done. Yeah, I'm gonna make a change, everybody, right here, right now.
Whoa!
I am going with the upset in Grand Canyon University. It's wow. How about that?
Nice. Next matchup in the West, the 4-13 matchup. We got the Alabama Crimson Tide playing the Charleston Cougars. Another Cougar. Charleston is making their 7th appearance and 2nd straight, the 13 seed. These two teams, they play really similar. They want to get up and down. They want to shoot threes. They want to get to the line. Defense isn't really there for either team. Max, Alabama, listen to this. They're giving up over 81 points per game. That is 357th in the nation. There is 362 Division I teams. Alabama is 357th in points allowed. Free throw attempts allowed, they're 360th. Alabama's not guarding anybody. Someone drives by a guard and they just hack them, okay? Sorry, they're 360th in free throw makes allowed and 354th in free throw attempts allowed. That was 3 stats I just named that I see biting them in the ass. I got the Cougars of Charleston.
Oh, baby.
They made it last year. They get beat by San Diego State. They were a popular 12/5 last year. Now they're a 13. Alabama, I don't like how they came into the tournament, 2-3 in their last 5, 5-5 in their last 10. I just read those stats. They foul too much. They don't play defense. Charleston gets hot. Let's go Cougs.
Charleston is red hot. They have 12. They're on a 12-game win streak. Here's the thing for me, Cole Breezy. They have 0 big dogs in my book. 0 guys on that team that can take over a game. I'm telling you right now. Alabama has at least 2 in Mark Sears and Estrada. Two senior players, very good players. Unbelievable. There's no way I'm going against the leading scoring team. I'm not taking the upset. They're the leading scoring team in the nation. I'm giving them at least the first round. I got Alabama.
Number 1 in scoring and 357th in scoring defense. So it cancels out. It cancels out. We're off on that one. I had to go another upset. Going to the bottom half of the West Regional, the 6-11 matchup. We got the Clemson Tigers taking on the Mountain West Conference Tournament champions, Lobos of New Mexico. Let's talk about New Mexico here. They've never won 2 straight NCAA tournament games. They've never won 2 straight, okay? Clemson, they've advanced past the Sweet 16 one time in school history. At 1980 have they advanced past the Sweet 16. Clemson, they're coming off that loss to Boston College in the ACC tournament. And since 1998, in the first round, Clemson's 1-6. That's going to be 1-7, boys. Lobos with their guards, with what's his first name?
Jalen House, Jamal Mashburn Jr., Donovan Dent's really good, and JT Toppin, a Toppin brother. He has a brother, by the way. His brother.
I also confirmed that. Yeah, Toppin's got some genes. Yeah, they got some genes. Jeez. Holy shit, athletic. I got the Lobos. Moving on.
Hey, if you didn't see my excitement, I mean, I just yelled out the Lobos. I got the Lobos, baby. Red hot, man. Red hot. The Mountain West, we kept on saying they're underrated this year. Unbelievable. Dude, their strength of schedule this year was 27th. Like, that's... I'm talking about New Mexico. I'm talking about New Mexico. Yep. Yeah. Yep. They're 27th. They're 22 in the net. Dude, they're 3-3 in top 25. This is a hell of a team. Let's go Lobos. Come on.
The fact that they wouldn't have been in if they didn't win their tournament, that baffles me. You said baffled earlier. I'm baffled about that. Okay. Next matchup in the West, the 3-14. We got the Baylor Bears taking on the toothpaste school, the Colgate Raiders, making their 7th appearance and 5th straight. You heard me right. 5 straight appearances for Colgate, okay? The coach, Matt Langle, he's been there for all 5. You know, you look at Ohio State and Michigan, just the two jobs that don't have head coaches right now. I don't know who else is available. What other schools are available? Yeah. But damn it, Matt Langle is going to be getting a lot of phone calls. 5 straight NCAA tournament appearances from Colgate. That is very impressive.
You could say that again.
Baylor, this is their 4th straight year as a 3 seed or better. That's very good. In their last 6 trips as a top 5 seed, they had that 2021 championship. Okay, let's not forget about that. But the other 5 years, they lost to teams seeded at least 3 seeds lower. They lost to a team seeded at least 3 seeds lower the other 5 years, okay? A little bit of trick or treat right there, but it's treat for this first round. I'm going the Baylor Bears. Scott Drew. You know what? I said Scott Drew for Grand Canyon. It's Bryce Drew. Sorry, Bryce Drew. I don't know what Drew brother. I said Homer Drew's the dad. Too many Drews out there. I got another Drew in the second round. Baylor Bears moving on.
Nice pick, Cole Breezy. I'm going to be honest real quick. Doing my stats, Colgate was supposed to surpass them. And I said, oh my, I took a step back. I bit my nail and I said, you know what?
Come on.
This is a gut pick. I'm taking a gut pick. I believe in the Baylor Bears, at least for the first round. I went Baylor. I went Baylor.
I thought you were taking down Baylor like I took down Illinois.
I like Baylor. I like them.
The 7-10 matchup in the West, the Flyers of Dayton, the A10 regular season. No, were they the regular? I think they were the regular season champs. I don't know. They didn't win the tournament.
I don't know. They didn't win the tournament. 24-7 though. I mean, pretty good.
14-4 in the A10. This is their first tournament appearance since 2017. Their coach, Anthony Grant, has coached in 4 NCAA tournament games, 3 at VCU and 1 at Alabama. He's only won one of them. And all 4 have been decided by 1 or 2 points or in overtime. Okay. All 4 of Anthony Grant's NCAA tournament games have been decided by 1 or 2 points or in overtime. We know this one's going to be tight against the Wolfpack of Nevada coming out of the Mountain West Conference. Get this, Max. Steve Alford is their coach. Okay. We all know Steve Alford. He hasn't beaten a team seeded better than a 6 since 1999. He's been at Iowa, New Mexico, UCLA, and now Nevada. He hasn't beaten a team seeded better than 6 since 1999. This one's a toss-up. I think Dayton is overseeded. Okay, they had a couple puzzling losses. You know I like the Mountain West Conference, Max. Wolfpack 13-5 there. I'm going Nevada.
You know, don't you think that maybe these seats should have been switched? Shouldn't maybe Nevada be the 7 and Dayton be the 10?
Got a point?
Right. I think Nevada had a better season. Like they might have been on top of the Mountain West. They might have been Utah. Sorry. They might have been
State.
Yeah, Utah State.
Yeah.
They might have been 2. They might have been the 2nd. Yeah, I think they're number 2. I got Nevada too. I got Nevada taking down Dayton. I got the upset. I think Nevada had a great season. Surprised a lot of people. A lot of big wins. A lot of big wins in the Mountain West.
Yeah. Good conference. People are sleeping. The 2:15 matchup in the West Regional. The Wildcats out of the Pac-12, Arizona. They're taking on the 15th seeded Beach of Long Beach State. Not the beaches, the beach. The Long Beach State Beach. This is their 10th appearance and first since 2012. Let's talk about the beach real quick. Coach Dan Munson, Max. They had a 5-game losing streak to end the regular season. Okay, 5-game losing streak.
Yeah.
The school and Coach Dan Munson, they mutually agree to part ways. Okay. They go on to win the conference tournament, and now they're dancing. So does the school have to swallow their pride and say, hey, you can have your job back? Or does Dan Munson say, fuck you guys, I'm going to Michigan, I'm going to Ohio State? Does he go and take someone else's job? Because damn it, 5-game losing streak to end of the regular season. They say, we don't want you anymore. And then the guys rally behind this coach. He's still able to motivate these guys, go out and win the conference championship. Hats off to Dan Munson. What do you think he does next year?
Oh, he's gone. It's really hard to gain back some respect. They said, hey, you're done.
Come on.
Yeah, before even the season's done, you're done. You're done.
Come on.
And they wins the whole conference.
Yeah.
Screw you. I'm out of here. Peace out. Peace out.
They said, we'll let you coach the conference tournament, but then you're out. And then he goes on and wins it. Fuck you, but damn it, I'm sorry, you're not going to beat Arizona. You're not going to beat Arizona.
No. We'll say one thing right here in the Don't Tell Mom Sports Podcast. It was my wife's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to my beautiful wife.
Claudia.
Our first date was at Long Beach. Was in Long Beach. We had a great fish meal with some ice cream. We walked the pier. It was a gorgeous day, and it made me like bring me back some nostalgia. I'm like, you know what? Maybe that gives me that pick. I love my wife. She already knows that. I don't need to pick Long Beach State to show that. All right. So Arizona, baby. Let's go.
Thought about it though.
Nah.
Second round matchup in the West. We both got the 1-9 matchup here. North Carolina and Michigan State.
Ooh, I like it.
Hubert Davis, Tom Izzo, Michigan State, that opening loss to James Madison at home. That one was an eye-opener. Preseason number 4. They got 14 losses, Max.
Nah.
Michigan State has 14 losses. They don't get to the free throw line. North Carolina moves on.
Love Tom Izzo. I think he had he's going to win the first game because he's a master of the dance, but there's no way they're getting past this North Carolina Tar Heels team. No way. Too much history in North Carolina. I got them taking down Michigan State as well.
Next matchup in the West in the second round, we definitely have a different matchup here. I got it, the 12-13 Lopes of Grand Canyon and Cougars of Charleston.
Yeah.
This one's a mid-major battle. We're going to see a double-digit seed in the Sweet 16 here, like the Nuggets tell us that we need to. Bryce Drew, I think he's got some March magic in him. Charleston, the defense, it doesn't matter against that. It doesn't matter against Alabama, but it's going to show here against Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon, the Lopes, the Antelopes.
Ooh, I like it.
Sweet 16, baby. Tyon Grant Foster. Look them up, baby. 20 a game.
I like that pick. Real quick, because I have Alabama taking on Grand Canyon, which I made that switch pick. Now, come on now. I've been doing stats all day. I got to redo the stats. So I'm going to take my pick, what it was going to be against St. Mary's, but this might change. Sorry about that, everybody. But just so we're clear, over St. Mary's, I did have Alabama going to a Sweet 16, baby. I did have them. So, but That might change. That's all I got to say about that. Moving on.
Next matchup here, got the three. Do we both have 3-11 in the West in the second round? Baylor, New Mexico.
Yes, we do.
Like I mentioned earlier, New Mexico has never won 2 straight NCAA tournament games. And that streak continues, boys. Baylor Bears. They have NBA players. They're deep. Baylor Bears move on.
I am riding that Lobo train, everybody. I am taking down those Baylor Bears early in the round of 32. I think they got something going right now. I got that 11 seed taking down Baylor. Let's go Lobos. Let's go, baby. I like it. I like him a lot.
Yeah. Jalen House, Jamal Mashburn Jr. I thought about it. I definitely did, Max. I definitely did.
They got 4 big dogs. 4 big dogs. Look out.
They're good. People are sleeping on New Mexico. The fact that that they weren't going to be in unless they won the tournament championship, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. New Mexico can make a Sweet 16 run for sure.
Mm-hmm.
New Mexico, Baylor, please give me that one.
Come on.
Last matchup for the second round in the West Regional. We both have the 210 here, Arizona and Nevada. Max, let's talk about Arizona real quick here. They reached the Final Four only 3 out of 15 times as a top 2 seed. 15 times they've been a top 2 seed, only reached the Final Four 3 times. That's not getting it done. Last Final Four was in 2001. That's a little surprising. We remember they lost to Princeton last year.
Yeah.
15 matchup. Top left. I thought about this one long and hard, Nevada, Arizona. But I don't think Nevada has the size.
No, they do not.
To bang with Umar Balo, Martiju Krivas off the bench, Keyshawn Johnson at the 4. Arizona is going to move on to the Sweet 16, boys. Tommy Lloyd. I got a lot of respect for Tommy Lloyd. If you don't know who he is, look him up.
Yeah. Love the pick, Cole Breezy. I'm not going to waste any time. Again, I also have Arizona taking down Nevada. I think Arizona, an underrated team. They're on a mission because last year losing to Princeton, they're a little embarrassed.
Yeah. Work to be done.
No doubt about it.
Just a quick programming alert. Grambling State and Montana State are heading to overtime, boys.
Oh, it must be March. It must be March. 2 16 seeds. I missed that. Whatever. Going into overtime to take on my Purdue Boilers, by the way, coming Friday.
Oh,
we'll see.
Your Boilers are sitting there fucking sweating right now over this matchup, okay? Sitting there watching the Fairleigh Dickinson Knights last year win the first 4. They're sitting there watching this one, sweating their fucking dicks off.
Zach Edey's at the free throw line right now with Braden Smith hanging on his arms while he shoots them.
He's shooting free throws with someone hanging on him. Getting back to this West Regional here, fellas. In the Sweet 16, we both have the Tar Heels of North Carolina, the 1 seed, making it there. I got them taking on the Lopes of Grand Canyon. Scott Drew, Tyon Grant Foster, they make a Cinderella run. Grand Canyon, the Lopes, I'm on them as my Cinderella. 29 wins was a program record, but they don't get any more, boys. They get those first 2, they get to 31, they don't get to 32. Tar Heels, and that size and experience and scoring ability, they move into the Elite 8.
Great pick. I have North Carolina, Alabama. Once again, this pick might switch. It might be Grand Canyon. It might be the same pick, Cole Breezy. But, Alabama could score. But damn it, North Carolina, they move the ball. They rebound the ball. They play defense. That's why they're a 1 seed. I got North Carolina going to the Elite 8, Cole Breezy.
My other Sweet 16 matchup in the West, I got the 2-3, Arizona, Baylor. I want this one. I want to see this one. We definitely respect the Big 12 more than the Pac-12. Can you agree with me?
Yes.
Arizona, they've had some puzzling losses. Stanford, one that comes to mind. Oregon State is one that comes to mind.
Sure.
Baylor Bears, I think they're deeper. Arizona allows too many threes. Baylor gets hot. Jacoby Walter, Ray J. Dennis, Langston Love comes back. Jaden Nunn gets rolling. Baylor going to the Elite 8.
Oh, okay. I like the pick. I definitely thought about it because I was like, oh man, because I want Baylor to potentially be a Final Four pick for me. I was like, but then I look at these Lobos. I'm like, come on, let's go Lobos. Let's
I like
let's take them
Lobos.
down. Let's take them down.
I
All
like the
right.
Lobos. I like the Lobos.
So I got Arizona taking on the Lobos. Okay, I'm telling you right now, the Wildcats are on a mission with Caleb Love. What? Come on, Caleb Love going up against UNC. UNC going up against Caleb Love. Okay, he was on the team last year, part of that whole fiasco that was happening where they just couldn't figure out how to be that one seed or figure out how to be a dance team. How about that? How about that?
Yeah,
well, guess what? He's transformed this Arizona team. They're ready to go. It's going to be Arizona taking on UNC for that West. West semifinal, Elite Eight.
So UNC Arizona in the West final. Who you got?
Oh, did you say yours?
No, you're just talking about that matchup. So as you're talking about UNC Arizona, go ahead.
Oh yeah, okay, thanks. Okay, this is going to be such a killer game, unbelievably. I'm so excited about it. I hope this is what we get. And guess what, Cole Breezy? Did we all forget that the Final Four is in Phoenix?
Ooh.
Did we all forget about that?
Glendale,
I think Glendale, pretty close. Arizona wants to play in their home state. They're going to the Final Four for the first time in a long time because they get to play in their home state and have home court advantage.
2001.
I got Arizona, baby, being that second, actually, sorry, being our second pick for the Final Four.
I like that pick, Max. I saw Arizona play out here at Colorado. They're big, smacked the Buffs by 20. I like Caleb Love. I like their role players. Last Final Four was 2001, but like I said, I got him losing to the Bears in that Sweet 16, but I like that pick from Arizona. I do. I got North Carolina, Baylor here in this West final. The 1 and the 3. I went back and forth. Both teams are plenty talented.
It's a good matchup.
North Carolina's more experienced. I like Cormac Ryan shooting, spreading the floor. Harrison Ingram banging, getting boards. Cormac Ryan from Notre Dame. Let's not sleep on that.
Oh.
But I'm going Scott Drew and the Baylor Bears out of the Big 12.
You've been on the Bears since the beginning of the season. You've been on the Bears right when they tipped. First tip.
Preseason Final Four pick for me. You're right. That didn't really come into any factor for me in this picking. I just recall Scott Drew's comments from the preseason that he thought it was the deepest team he's ever had at Baylor and the deepest team in America. And damn it, they bring guys off the bench. They got a lot of talent. Eves Missy is a first rounder. Jacoby Walters a first rounder. Bridges from West Virginia can stroke that thing. I got the Baylor Bears, baby, going to the Final Four. Let's go.
I like it.
All right, Max, let's move down to the Midwest Regional, the bottom right side of your bracket. And, baby, this is where the Purdue Boilermakers are number 1.
Yeah.
And my Kansas Jayhawks. And my Kansas Jayhawks are number 4. That would be a nice Sweet 16 matchup there if we can get it. But let's find out if we got that in our bracket here. First up, the number 1 seed Boilers that we talk about currently sweating their asses off watching this Grambling State, Montana State game in overtime. Okay, Grambling State up by 6, 24 seconds to go in overtime. Purdue doesn't know what to think. This is the Tigers' first ever appearance, and just to shout out the Bobcats of Montana State, this is their 6th appearance and third straight appearance for Montana State. This is where Danny Sprinkle came from. He goes to Utah State. He brings great Osabor and Darius Brown with him. Okay, he took Great Osabor and Darius Brown. Darius Brown averaging 12.4 points, 6.5 assists. Great Osabor 18 and 9 boards. Brings his 2 stars with him. Utah State's obviously dancing. Montana State, hats off to them for making it again for 3rd straight year without Danny Sprinkle.
Nice.
They lose this game in overtime. Grambling State Tigers go on to play Purdue. First ever appearance for the Tigers. Purdue smacks them. I know they lost to 16 Fairleigh Dickinson, so we can't. We sat up here last year and talked shit about Fairleigh Dickinson, how small they are, how they suck, and they won. So let's be careful. Let's be careful. Purdue wins.
Again, last year they were up against 26, 27, 28-year-olds. Some of those guys might have been pushing 30. So they were 25, 26 years old. They were Just look it up.
No,
Look it up. They are 25,
you
26 years
you
old.
you send it to me. You send
I
it to
will.
me.
Will do.
Nobody in college is 27.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Why the hell are these 27-year-olds playing? I got Purdue in the first round, no doubt about it. We'll be talking about Purdue a lot more.
We'll see how much we talk about them. 8-9 matchup in the Midwest. Utah State Aggies, the Mountain West regular season champions. They get an 8 seed. This is the tied for the highest seed in school history for the Aggies. But since their Elite Eight run in 1970, they're 1-18 in the tournament. Okay. Danny Sprinkle, he's my national coach of the year. He didn't return a single point from the previous season for Utah State. Not a guy didn't return who scored the season before, and this guy goes on to win the Mountain West Conference.
Yeah.
Danny Sprinkle, my national coach of the year. They're taking on the Horned Frogs at TCU. You know, I respect the Big 12.
Yeah.
This is TCU's third straight appearance. That's the first time in school history they've gone to 3 straight, but it's not going to be long for TCU. I got too much respect for Great Ossibor, Danny Sprinkle, Aggies, Utah State moving on.
I like that pick. Go Breezy. I thought when I first saw this matchup, I was like, oh, TCU. I like TCU. I watched them a handful of times this year. I go through my stats, and I switched my pick. I got Utah State. The stats aren't lying. And, oh, yeah, Great Ossibor's good. He's good. He's a great player. No pun intended.
In the Midwest, the 5-12 matchup, the Bulldogs of Gonzaga taking on the Cowboys of McNeese State, 17-1 in the Southland. This is their third appearance, first since 2002. We all know former LSU coach Will Wade is running the show there for McNeese, 30-3. My goodness. They got some great stats, Max. McNeese, I think this is going to be, if not the most popular 12-5 upset. Yep. I think this is going to be up there, definitely.
Yep.
I'm not on it. I'm not on it.
Yep.
Gonzaga. I'm going Gonzaga.
Yep.
They're picking up steam at the right time. I respect Mark Few. Gonzaga has 14 straight first-round wins. Gonna make it 15 straight. McNeese, it's a great story. They haven't played anybody, Max. They played one NCAA tournament team this year, UAB. They played one NCAA tournament team this year, was UAB. 11 wins real quick for McNeese. They won 11 games last year, second to last in the Southland. Will Wade comes in, 30 wins this season. Nice. They won their conference tournament by an average of 17.5 points per game. They're rolling. Gonzaga, too good with Mark Few, boys. Down year for Gonzaga, still got a 5 seed.
Agreed, Cole Breezy, that you already said that this is probably the most popular upset pick. I think a lot of people are going to be picking McNeese, and me included. I wanted to.
Me too.
But I didn't pick it. I didn't buy into it. I think too many people are joining that bandwagon. Cole Breezy, Gonzaga is underrated. They have 4 guys on the team they're big dogs, man. They got Akiki, a junior. They got Watson, who's a senior. They got Hickman, a junior, and Nemhard, a junior. Upperclassmen leading the pack, and they're all having an incredible season. I got Gonzaga.
I'm with you. Next matchup in the Midwest, the 4-13, the 2022 national champion, Kansas Jayhawks. They're taking on the Southern Conference tournament champions, the Bulldogs of Samford. A lot of Bulldogs here, Max.
Yeah.
This is their third appearance, first since 2000, currently 0-2 in the tournament, have never won a game. Let's talk about Kansas first here, Max.
I know.
This is their all-time best 34th straight NCAA tournament appearance. 34 straight. That's a record. 23 of those in a row as a top 4 seed. 23 straight tournaments as a top 4 seed. Holy shit, the consistency.
Crazy.
This is the third time in the last 14 tournaments that Kansas was not a top 2 seed. Only the third time in the last 14 that they weren't a top 2 seed. The consistency again. Kansas, they have wins over UConn, Houston, and Kentucky this year. Okay, 2 1 seeds and a 3. Good resume. Back and forth on this one all night long. This might have been my toughest pick, Max. You're trying not to pick with your heart. You're trying not to be biased. I'm looking at these stats right here. Samford, they play buckyball. They press. They full court press all 40 fucking minutes. And they shoot the 3-ball, baby. They're top 15 in threes made per game. They're 7th in the nation in 3-point percentage. They're 7th in the nation in field goal percentage. They launch it. And guess
39.3 from beyond the arc, Cobrizzi. 39.3.
7th in the nation. And Max, Kansas is 296th in 3-point makes allowed and 318th in 3-point attempts allowed. Kansas lets you shoot them. Samford wants to shoot them. Kevin McCullough, just last night, Bill Self said he's not going to play. Somebody says, if you make a Sweet 16 run, Kevin should be good by then, right? No. Bill Self ruled him out for the tournament, okay? His comments were a little iffy. He kept saying Kevin says his knee isn't getting any better. Kevin says he can't play. It's not I don't know if they're on the same page. I don't know if they're on the same page.
Yep.
Because he's saying Kevin says this. Kevin says that. He's not saying Kansas. He's not saying we don't think he can play.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't sound like they're on the same page. It's very unfortunate. I got tremendous respect for Bill Self. I think he's the best coach in college basketball.
Yes.
I was wondering if he ever had a first-round loss at Kansas in his second and third seasons back-to-back. As a 14 seed as a 3 seed in 2005, they lost to 14 seed Bucknell. 2006, were a 4 seed, lost to 13 seed Bradley. Second and third seasons at Kansas, 05, 06, hasn't happened since then. Damn it, it happens. Tomorrow night, Kansas loses first round. I can't believe I'm saying it. Kansas allows too many threes. They don't have enough ball handlers, especially with Kevin McCullough not playing. The depth has been an issue all year. Samford presses all 40 minutes, and they want to fucking run and launch, baby. They want to get them up. Samford, they shoot. They make almost 10 threes a game, okay? They make almost 10 threes a game. Let's count 13 to 15 tomorrow night. Kansas, sorry, going down first round. It's tough for me.
Wow, I'm actually shocked. I thought you were going to at least give them one.
I thought I was too.
It's a shocker. I also have Samford winning this one. Yes, I do. They're averaging 86 points a game. They're 17.5 assists per game, 49.3 field goal percentage. They're 7 players deep. I mean, and all of those players, there's 6 experienced players, meaning upperclassmen. Samford is underrated. They're underrated. I got them beating Kansas.
Buckyball. They want to run and launch, baby. Samford moving on. Big upset, damn it. 6-11 matchup in the Midwest. The Gamecocks of South Carolina playing the Ducks of Oregon, who got in off that Pac-12 tournament championship. Looking at the Cocks of South Carolina, their last tournament appearance was 2017. They were a 7 seed. You remember what happened there, Max? They made a Final Four run.
That's right.
As a 7 seed in 2017, that was their last appearance.
Yep.
Those were their only 4 NCAA tournament wins in the last 50 years.
Wow.
In the last 50 years, those 4 are only wins for South Carolina. They're taking on the Ducks. This is a little revenge game narrative here. Oregon guard Jermaine Cuisnard played his first 3 years at South Carolina, so he's playing against his former team here.
Okay.
He's averaging 15.5 points, 4.5 boards, 3.5 assists. Pretty solid numbers there.
Got him as a big dog, Cole Breezy. He's on the big dog chart.
I think the emotions get the best of him. I don't think Oregon should not been in this tournament, if not for winning the Pac-12 tournament. 8 losses in the Pac-12, that's too many for me. Cox, they were surprised Lamont Paris SEC Coach of the Year. Gamecocks moving on to the second round.
Ooh, Cole Breezy. I got an upset. There we go. I got Oregon taking down South Carolina. Cole Breezy, did you know that Oregon's strength of schedule was 69? Good number. Happy number. Very happy. Oregon, they heated up. They're on a 4-game winning streak. They're 7-3 in their last 10, winning the Pac-12 championship. They got 3 big dogs on the team too. I mean, they're not as bad as. I mean, yeah, you're right. They wouldn't have made the dance if they didn't win the Pac-12. But they're 7 players deep. Cole Breezy. They got 3 guys on the team averaging 13 points per game. I like Oregon in this matchup, man. I like them.
Shout out your boy Infalidante. Big boy. A lot of beef.
That's right. Yeah.
Midwest 314 matchup. The Blue Jays of Creighton taking on the Zips of Akron. Akron, this is their 6th appearance, first since 2022. I'm not going to waste a lot of time. I like Creighton. I've been a little wary of Creighton this season with the loss of Nemhard, Arthur Kaluma. But you know what? They were a 6 seed last year. They're a 3 seed this year. They're better. Okay. This 3 seed for Creighton is tied for the best in school history. And their best 2 NCAA tournament results have come in the last 2 appearances. They made the Elite 8 in 23 last year and the Sweet 16 in 2021. So Creighton, they're becoming a little bit of a basketball program here. You see Greg McDermott sign an extension. He wants to stay. You know, there were some rumblings, rumors about Ohio State calling for Greg McDermott. Creighton, they put pen to paper. They ink him to an extension. I think Creighton might have the best trio in all of college basketball with 3 guys averaging over 17. Shireman, Kalkbrenner, and Alexander. They might have the best threesome there. Creighton moves on.
Yes, no upset here. Got Creighton, baby. Creighton's too good. Love the big 3 that they have. That's all I got to say about Creighton.
7-10 matchup in the Midwest. We see the Rams of Colorado State beat the fuck out of Virginia last night. That was an embarrassing game from Virginia. 41 points, I believe. 14 points at halftime. 14 points until about 15 minutes to go in the second half. Get the fuck out of here. Rams move on. 2nd appearance in the last 10 years for the Rams. So good for them. They're taking on the 7th seed Texas Longhorns out of the Big 12. Texas is a team that we like. We respect the Big 12.
Yep.
But you remember one of those nuggets that I had in the intro, Max. 12 years of the first 4. 11 of those 12 years, a team from the first 4 has gone on to win another game. I got the Rams taking down the Longhorns.
Nice.
Isaiah Stevens, man. Right up here, boys. Right over my left shoulder. Isaiah Stevens, he can go on a I know I said this before, but he can go on a Kemba Walker-like run here in March. He's got the juice. He's got the guys with him. Neat Clifford. Joel Scott had a double-double last night. I think they both had double-doubles. Let's go Rams, taking down Texas. Upset here, Midwest.
Go Breezy. I also got the Colorado State Rams, baby. I think they're great. Okay, 18 assists per game, led by Isaiah Stevens. He's the real deal, man. He's the real deal. You better put that on for the game tomorrow. You're going to be sweaty.
Come on, baby. Hey, I'll put it on right now. Fuck it. I'll put it on right now, damn it.
I like them a lot. I like Colorado State. Let's go. Let's see it.
Those 18.4 assists per game for the Rams are tied for 5th in the nation. They distribute it, baby. Let's go Rams. Last first-round matchup in the Midwest, the 215. Tennessee Volunteers, the SEC regular season champions, taking on the Peacocks.
Oh, welcome back.
Peters. This is the Peacocks' 5th appearance, first since that Elite 8 run in 2022. Let's talk about Tennessee real quick. They beat 5 seed Duke in the 2nd round last year, okay? They beat 5 seed Duke in the 2nd round last year. That was Rick Barnes' first win over a single-digit seed since 2008. That was Rick Barnes. We respect Rick Barnes. We like him. He hasn't beaten a single-digit seed since 2008 before last year when they beat Duke in the 2nd round. Whoa. Okay. It doesn't matter here. I got Tennessee moving on. St. Peter's, I'm glad you guys are back in from the MAC. But you're not going to win this game, baby.
No, St. Peter's, again, has an incredible defense, but so does Tennessee. And St. Peter's, you don't know how to score. Tennessee does know how to score. So it might be a defensive game in the beginning, but Tennessee is going to rep it out towards the end. I got Tennessee, baby.
Moving up to the 2nd round of the Midwest Regional, we got the 1 seed Boilermakers of Purdue, both taking on the Aggies of Utah State. My God, I was back and forth on this one, Max.
Sure.
I sat here and looked at this one. Great Osibor, Zach Edey. Ooh, I want to see that. I want to see those two banging. Danny Sprinkle. He's looking at Washington. Washington Huskies are also a team that are looking for a coach, but Danny Sprinkle might be getting a lot of calls too. But I'm going Purdue.
Oh my God. Oh, drag.
I
Oh,
don't.
drag. The
I
best player in the nation. Jeez.
Well, he was the best player in the nation last year too.
He's better. How about that? He's
He's
better
better.
now.
He is better. I've heard plenty of people, plenty of analysts take Utah State here over Purdue. It
Ah.
had me thinking, but I got Purdue moving to the Sweet 16.
Nice pick, Go Breezy. Nice pick. I got
Thanks.
my Boilers, baby. Matt Painter, I wish I had the stat. I should have looked the stat up. My fault. He is very good at getting into the Sweet 16. He's very good. Okay. That same season, by the way, where Virginia, that season where Virginia, they
Mhm.
lost, and then the next season they won the championship. Purdue was in the Elite Eight taking on Virginia.
Mhm.
All right. So let's not forget about that. And I'm telling you,
You
something sparkling here. I got Purdue moving on to the Sweet 16.
If you remember, Virginia needed a Diabate last second shot to win that game.
Uh,
2019 Carson Edwards. That was a good team. That was a good Purdue team.
yeah. Carson Edwards was the bomb. It sucks that he ended up being nothing in the NBA because he was a pure scorer in the college.
Yeah. Second round matchup in the Midwest. I believe we both have the 5-13.
Yep.
Gonzaga, Sanford. This is a battle of the Bulldogs. Sanford can stroke it, coming off that big upset over Kansas. But Gonzaga, they have the longest active streak they have the longest active tournament streak of anybody with 8 straight Sweet 16 appearances. Make that 9 straight. Gonzaga going to the Sweet 16. We saw them out here, we saw Gonzaga beat TCU in the second round last year to make that 8 straight Sweet 16s. Going to be 9 with a win over Sanford. 9 straight Sweet 16s for the Gonzaga Bulldogs coming up.
Wow. Great matchup here. Great matchup here. Very well coached with Gonzaga. And, oh, man, another matchup against Purdue. Could that be? Could that be? I'm going to make a bully pick with Sanford going to the Sweet 16, baby. This is a big pick for me. This is the big one right here. I always make at least one big pick. Hey, I run the numbers. I ran the numbers down. Sanford beat Gonzaga. Simple as that. I said, let's go. Let's see it happen. I want to see.
Simple as that, he said.
Simple as that. Let's go.
Nice. Moving to the bottom half for the second round in the Midwest. I got a 3-6 matchup. The Cox of South Carolina taking on the Jays of Creighton. South Carolina, they don't get to the line. They got a solid defense, some good defensive stats here. Creighton too good. They're going to score too much. This could be a 12, 15-point game. I don't think Michi Johnson and the Cox can keep up with this trio that Creighton has.
Yeah, I have. Obviously, it's a little bit different. Creighton, Oregon for me, and I'm not going to waste any time. I think Creighton's really good with that big three. I don't think Oregon's going to take them down. I think Oregon gets a little, get a little hype in that first round, but no, not for the second round. Creighton is going to the Sweet 16 for the second year in a row. How about that?
Yeah, pretty good. Last matchup in the second round in the Midwest. I believe we both have Tennessee, Colorado State. 2-10 matchup here.
Yes.
That's what you have too, Max? Mm-hmm. Okay, this is going to be a good one here.
Yeah.
Rams really catching fire out of that first 4, being that team that wins another game. But damn it, I think Tennessee's damn good. We look at Tennessee these last few years. We've talked about it all year. The defense is always there. The defense is always there. Third at Ken Palm right now. And they just struggled to score the last few years. They add Dalton Connect from Northern Colorado, probably runner-up for Player of the Year.
Yeah,
probably
I would say so. I would say number
year.
2.
I think Tennessee is just way bigger. Colorado State doesn't have size. They struggle on the boards. Tennessee's going to get them down low. Vols, Rick Barnes moving on to Sweet 16.
They're both teams that play defense that I'm noticing here. But as far as defensive field goal percentage, it's Tennessee, baby. It's Tennessee. And Tennessee, once again, like strength of schedules, 5th. You kidding me? In the net, they're 7. Not that really matters, but they've been playing against some big time teams this year. I think they're ready for it. Tennessee is moving on.
First Sweet 16 matchup for me in the Midwest. I got your Boilers taking on Gonzaga. And like you mentioned, these teams already played this year. At Gonzaga, Boilers got them 73-63. Okay. I see the same thing happening. It's a struggle for me to say, Max. It's a struggle for me to say. The Boilers are going to the Elite Eight. Real quick, number one seed Boiler in consecutive years for the first time in school history. Number one seed for 2 straight years for the first time in school history.
Yeah.
Boilers, that might be the last good thing I got to say about them.
Oh, maybe. So I got Purdue taking on Samford, and
Buckyball.
yeah, oh yeah. And here's the thing: is that Purdue has struggled with the press in previous seasons. This season, they finally figured out, which I was yelling through the TV to Matt Painter. I was saying, "Hey, get a guy to the middle, get a guy in the middle, and then run to the wing." Right. And sure enough, Mason Gillis comes to the middle, and Braden Smith gets the ball, and then they dunk it off to Zach Edey in an alley-oop. Okay, every single time. You want to try to press Purdue this year? Zach Edey's going to score 40. How about that? He'll score 40 on you.
40.
Let's go Boilers. Taking down Samford. Samford's going to have a nice run this dance. I like them, but not against my Boilers.
Cinderella team is Samford for you this year, huh? I like it. Yeah. Definitely. The way they shoot threes and press all game and they get them in and out. Yeah, definitely. So we both got Purdue in the Elite Eight. My other Midwest Sweet 16 matchup is Tennessee and Creighton. Is that the same for you, Max?
It is Tennessee taking on Creighton.
Nice. That's going to be a doozy here. 2-3. The SEC regular season champs. Creighton out of the Big East. I got a stat here for you about Tennessee. The last 8 times Tennessee was a top 4 seed. They're 8-0 in the first round. Never lost in the first round, but they never advanced past the Sweet 16 either.
Wow.
That trend is going to continue.
Oh, wow.
The Blue Jays going back to the Elite Eight. You know, they lost to San Diego State in the Elite Eight last year. That was a hell of a game. They want redemption. They're fucking better than they were last year. Blue Jays going to Elite Eight.
I could see it, Cole Breezy. This one, I went back and forth on it. I was biting my nails until I got a stub on my thumb. But I'm going to tell you right now, Cole Breezy, it's just something about living here in Tennessee that I just, it's a little bit of heart, a little bit of love. But I love Tennessee. I'm going with Tennessee against Purdue. Let's go see a rematch against Dalton Gannett. Dalton Gannett taking on Zach Edey. Ooh-wee.
That is a rematch, isn't it? From Maui?
Yeah. From Maui.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a second.
I like Dalton Connect a lot, Max.
Yeah.
My Elite Eight matchup is going to be the Boilers of Purdue and the Creighton Blue Jays. Like I said, I think I'm more during the season probably more confident in Purdue than Creighton. I've been a little off and on Creighton. They were a team preseason in the top 10 where I was like, I don't know if they're in the top 10, but they're pretty much in the top 15 all season, if I'm not mistaken, Max. Creighton, very consistent this year.
Yeah.
And I got him beating Purdue, baby. I got
him. You figured. Hey,
I got a couple nuggets here, Max, about your Boilers.
Okay.
So I'm sure you already know. The Boilers, the last 3 tournaments, they're the only school ever to lose to a 16 to a. They're the only school ever to lose 3 straight tournaments to a team seeded 12th or worse. They lost to 16, 15, and 13 in their last 3 tournaments. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No school has more NCAA tournament appearances as a top 2 seed without reaching the Final Four than Purdue. That trend for me continues. Only 2 Final Fours, last one in 1980. Purdue shoots 40% from 3 in their wins, 29% from 3 in their losses. They go cold. Ryan Kalkbrenner, he doesn't shut down Zach Edey. Ain't nobody shutting down Zach Edey. Okay, reigning back-to-back National Player of the Year, but Kalkbrenner, 3 blocks a game. He can match up with them. They don't have to double. Everybody else can stay home on the shooters. Creighton Blue Jays are your Midwest regional champions.
Okay, baby. All right. Well, I got Purdue taking on Tennessee. Rematch game from the Maui
Your 2 favorite teams. Favorite teams.
Hey, if this is what happens, I'm really excited. I'm really happy about it.
I would too.
And damn it, I didn't put this jersey on for no reason. I got Purdue going to my Final Four, baby.
Woo!
Let's go. This is Purdue's best team that I've seen in my lifetime. It is the best team that I've seen. Zach Edey is on a different level. It's way different than last season. I'm telling you. It's like, just look at him. Just look at his demeanor on the court.
Focused.
He got
Focused.
in the Big Ten tournament. There was a double technical foul called. And Zach Edey had to sit out within the first 2 minutes of the game.
Stupid.
Okay. So he sat out basically the entire first half. Okay. Because of just, it wasn't even mouthing. It was more just like looking at each other. And like, so stupid. And I hate
not even a pillow fight.
Not even a pillow fight. Hey, referees, how about you step in between them and separate them? Immediately, technical foul on both of them. So Zach Edey gets out of the game. I hate that shit. That definitely transformed the game. Purdue still put up a fight. But I'm not saying that that's what won the game, but when he's out the entire half, that definitely changes changes it a little bit. But anyway, his demeanor on the court is unreal. He's getting these Purdue Boilers into the Final Four. Come on, let's go.
I would love to see that matchup, but I've said it all year long. Purdue can win the national championship. I've said that multiple times on this podcast. And I also said that there was no way in hell I would have predicted. Okay, I just gave a couple nuggets there. And I also got a quote from you from last March.
I was waiting for it.
I already
Bring
know
it on.
I already know you know. Quote from you on March 23rd, 2023. Now, fellas, go back on YouTube and look at these episodes because Max, you were in a dark place here. You were in a dark place on March 23rd last year. Okay,
I was upset. Very
quote
upset.
from you. Quote from you. Until Purdue reaches a Final Four, I will never put them in the Final Four. They have to prove to me that they can make it before I start putting them in there again. I'm a big, fat, juicy, sweaty, gooch-filled jelly queef. 1 year later, you're going against your own words, putting them back in.
Yep.
I can't blame you because, like I said, I think they can do it.
Yeah.
But damn it, how do you feel about picking him last year?
Yeah.
Did you have him all the way last year?
Not winning the whole thing, no.
Okay,
No,
but you had him in the Final Four.
Yeah, who did I pick last year to win? Oh, I picked Bama. That was a bad pick. I picked Bama too. I jumped on that train. Here, let me explain myself for this year. All right, definitely I was hot. I was heated. After that loss. I was very upset.
Dark place.
Yes, I was.
You drug Matt Painter's name through the mud.
Oh, I was pissed. This team is different. They're more experienced, and they're taking care of the ball more. They can break the press like I already brought up. They can do it effectively. And one more time, Zach Edey is on a different level. Braden Smith is on a different level.
No,
my goodness,
sure.
My goodness.
Sure.
And the last thing that I'm going to say is the stats. Okay, I'm putting the note card that I made this year in previous years. I've definitely had been like, oh, Purdue's going to lose this one. But, I'm going to pick them because I love them.
Sure.
Every game that I've done so far, Purdue has won based on these stats. So I'm basing it off of the stats. Of course, a little bit. Of course, my love for the Boilers. But there's nothing that would they're winning these games. Like they're winning the games on paper. And I'm saying, oh, no, I'm not going to go with them. No, get out of here. Not doing that. Not doing that. So that's my reasoning. But, yeah, I'll take a queef to the face for what I said last year. But hey, this is different.
Sweaty gooch-filled jelly queef.
Jelly.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like I said, I don't blame you, Max. I don't blame you. Let's get into the last region, Max. The top right, the West.
Let's go.
The South. Sorry, Jesus, the South. I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at right now. Top right of your bracket. We got the Houston Cougars, the Big 12 regular season champions, taking on the Longwood Lancers. Now, we talked about this little bracket fact earlier. Watch out for this one, fellas. This is the Lancers' second appearance. The other one was in 2022. Houston, they are a 1 seed in consecutive years for the first time in school history, just like Purdue. Back-to-back 1 seeds, first time in school history. Ain't no reason to talk about this one, Max. I'm not picking a 16. Houston,
no, especially Longwood, ain't doing it. But
even with that trend
with the trend, though, I know. No, you got Houston. Houston 30-4 in the Big 12. Come on,
Proved us
Come
wrong.
on.
Proved
Jeez
us wrong.
Louise.
Proved us wrong.
Definitely proved us wrong. Yes.
8-9 matchup in the South. Toss-up game. Power conference schools. The Aggies of Texas A&M. They have wins over Iowa State, Kentucky, and Tennessee this year. Okay,
Yep.
they got some big wins.
Yep.
But they also lost to Arkansas twice and fucking Vanderbilt. So
Yeah.
Texas A&M is a team that's kind of hard to figure out. And Nebraska, the Cornhuskers, led by Fred Hoiberg, they're the only power conference school without an NCAA tournament win. They're
Yeah.
0-7 in history. Only power conference school without a win. This is their second appearance in the last 25 years. Nebraska does not get here. I was back and forth on this one.
Yeah.
Nebraska can shoot it from deep, and Texas A&M allows too many threes. But Nebraska, they allow too many offensive rebounds. They don't rebound enough. Whereas Texas A&M, listen to this, Max, tied for first in the nation, Texas A&M, 42.7 rebounds per game. And they're first in the nation with 17.3 offensive rebounds per game. That is first by 2.4. Second place is 2.4 offensive rebounds less. They can't shoot it. They shoot under 40% from the floor. That's tied for 348. So it sounds like they're just throwing it off the backboard and going and getting it. So you got the 3-point shooting in Nebraska, the rebounding of Texas A&M. What's gonna come out here? I'm gonna bet on the rebounding to travel more than the shooting in Nebraska. Nebraska doesn't know what's going on. Cornhuskers, get out of here. I'm off on the Big Ten. I got a lot of Big Ten teams. Illinois, did we mention the private school Pussycats? And now Nebraska all losing in the first round.
Wow.
I'm off Big Ten. It sounds like Texas A&M moving on.
Hey, I got to see Texas A&M in the SEC tournament against Ole Miss. Awesome game. One thing I will say is that the Texas A&M Ole Miss game, it was more of a defensive game. Wade Taylor, the fourth, he had a quiet 20 points, quiet 20, and he mouthed off a lot. I'm surprised he didn't get a technical. He was, oh my goodness, every play, every whistle up into a referee. Oh, we talk about constantly. It really started to annoy me a little bit. Again, 20 points, but very quiet. Nebraska, real quick, they're better on defense, and they're shooting. Cobrizi, you named that from three-pointer Texas A&M. They're shooting 28.4% from there. 28.4. How about field goal percentage? Just trying to, move the ball around and score it. Their field goal percentage is 39.9.
348th in the nation, yeah.
It's terrible.
They allow too many threes, is what I said. They don't shoot them. They allow too many.
Their assists per game is 11.3. They don't move the ball. They just give it to Wade Taylor. Wade Taylor, do your magic. Score. Hey, guess what? I'm going with Nebraska, baby.
Big Ten.
I'm going with Nebraska.
No surprise.
I think that there's a little bit of magic for them to win that first game ever in the history of. Hey, Northwestern did it. Was it last year? Last year Northwestern did it, right? They won their first ever. I think Nebraska is this year's. They're going to win their first game. So let's go Nebraska because they're not going to have a good team after this year. It's going to go back down to bottom of the barrel.
Ben's boy Tamanaga.
Tamanaga's good. Kisi.
He could be a dude. 5-12 matchup in the South. We got a good one here. The Badgers of Wisconsin taking on the Dukes of James Madison. James Madison is making their sixth appearance, first since 2013. They were the Sun Belt Tournament champions. Excuse me. We all know the Dukes because they beat Michigan State in the Breslin Center in East Lansing on opening night. So the college basketball world has had their eyes on the Dukes for a little while now. Let's look at Wisconsin here, Max. The last two times Wisconsin was a 5 seed. The last two times they were a 5 seed, they lost to Oregon by 18 and they lost to Ole Miss by 11. Smacked in both of them. I don't know if they get smacked in this one, but they definitely don't win. I got James Madison taking down Wisconsin in this 5-12.
Love that pick, Cobrizi. I'm telling you right now, ever since James Madison took down Michigan State in that home opener, and they were going 12-0, and then you and I were talking about it early in the year, saying like, this team's good. Why are they not ranked yet? And then they got ranked, and then they lost their first game, and they were knocked out. James Madison is damn good, and I'm telling you right now, they are taking down Wisconsin. I also have the
Hey.
upset baby. Wisconsin's making a good run. They went to the championship game in the Big Ten, but that fire has burned out since they lost.
Yeah, Wisconsin made the Big Ten tournament championship at 5-5 in their last 10. Kind of sluggish here. The Badgers, last thing on them, they made the Sweet 16 6 out of 7 years from 2011 to 2017. That's pretty good. 6 out of 7 years they made the Sweet 16, but they haven't made it since. They haven't made it the Sweet 16 since 2017. So I'm with you. Badgers going down.
Yeah.
4-13 matchup in the South. We got the Blue Devils of Duke taking on the American East champions Catamounts of Vermont. This is Vermont's 10th appearance and third straight. Let's not sleep on that. I originally had Vermont in this game, Max.
Oh,
I had a 13/4 here, and damn it, it was. I think I changed two picks today, and this was one of them. I'm going back to Duke. Vermont, they struggle on the boards. Duke is big. They have NBA players. Duke's moving on.
Yeah.
Duke has a good resume. Vermont, they're going to get pounded on the boards. Let's go Dukies.
So Vermont, this is their third straight appearance, if I'm not mistaken. They won the American East Championship 3 years in a row. And for those 2 years, the first 2 years, I was on Vermont. I was like, this is a good team. I'm taking them. And those 2 years, they lost. Do I make it 3 times the charm, Cole Breezy?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I go Duke. I'm not being fooled. I'm not being bamboozled. I'm not being bamboozled by Vermont. Duke is good. Duke is a good team, and they're going to take down Vermont.
I think this means Vermont wins now. I think this is bad omens for Duke now.
Yeah.
6-11 matchup in the South. We got the Red Raiders of Texas Tech taking on the ACC tournament champion Wolfpack of NC State. The Wolfpack won 5 games in 5 days, led by big man DJ Burns. Okay, 6'9", about 275. I think that's a little low. A lot of beef. He said he grew up idolizing Akeem Olajuwon.
Nice.
But he ended up with a Zach Randolph body. So
another good name.
Yeah.
I like Zach Randolph.
Texas Tech, their last 4 appearances in the tournament, 3 of them, they made the Sweet 16. So quietly good success in the tournament for the Red Raiders. Wolfpack, I think they blew their load. 5 games in 5 days. That's a lot of emotion. A lot of guys crying. A lot of guys acting like the season was over. I got Texas Tech moving on. They're better.
I like Texas Tech a lot. I went through the stats and I couldn't believe it. It was so close. It's a nail biter. I think it was tied. And so I was like, oh man. I'm going with the heat of NC State. I'm going with the heat. I like
got something left.
I like him. I like DJ Horn. That was another senior guard that we didn't toss out, along with that big guy down low. It's gonna be a good game here, Cole Breezy.
Burns.
But yeah, I got him taking down Texas Tech.
A lot of beef. 7-10 matchup in the South. We're waiting on the first 4 winner of this Colorado-Boise State game. It just tipped off right now. 4 minutes in. We got a tie game 4-4. Okay, so we don't know the winner of that.
Nope.
But I'm going to say Colorado beats Boise State tonight. Shout out the Broncos. 3rd straight tournament appearances for the first time in school history.
Nice.
The Boise State Broncos are actually the team with the most NCAA tournament games played without a win. They're 0-9. Now Nebraska, they're the power conference team with the most appearances without a win. Boise State is the Division I team with the most appearances without a win. They don't get one tonight. I'm sorry. Colorado moves on to then play Florida. Max, back and forth on this one. Okay, back and forth on this one. We know about Florida starting center Micah Handleglatten. We'll go with that. We saw him snap his fucking leg in that SEC championship game. That's going to be a big loss. Okay. Florida's been one of those teams where I think they can make where last couple of weeks I've been on them. Okay, I think I've been saying Sweet 16, maybe even Elite Eight for the Gators, and I also think the Buffaloes can make a Sweet 16 run here too. I was back and forth, back and forth. I originally had Florida in my Sweet 16. I had them originally winning this one,
Oh.
taking down Marquette, but I had to go back. I had to go back, and I think the Buffaloes get hot tonight. They got 2 first-round picks, and Cody Williams and KJ Simpson got great role players, Eddie Lampkin, Tristan Da Silva. I think Colorado is another one of those first 4 teams that gets hot in the first 4 and can win another game.
Ooh.
I got them taking down Florida. I really like Florida, the way they rebound. Tied for first in the nation with A&M Aggies with 42.7 boards. They don't make enough free throws. They're 6th in the nation in scoring, 3rd in offensive rebounding. Florida's really good. I still might change this pick, but right now I got the Buffaloes at Colorado.
So I do think that Colorado is going to beat Boise State. Real quick, if Boise State wins, I'm definitely going Florida. Okay,
Same.
but the Colorado is, oh my goodness, it's. But here's something that you said they don't hit enough free throws. Cobrizi, they are 6th in the nation in free throw attempts. Florida's 6th in the nation in free throw attempts.
Sorry, I meant free throws allowed. They fouled too much.
They fouled too much.
They're outside the top 300 in free throw makes allowed and free throw attempts allowed.
Gotcha. Even with this guy though, Henlockton, just so we're clear, they are still 6 guys deep that are averaging at least 20 minutes per game. 6 guys deep without this guy. Yeah, he averaged 6.9 rebounds per game and 5.3 points. But you would think that maybe he was averaging 2 blocks or something. 0.9 blocks. 0.9. Like this guy wasn't a big scorer. He came in and got rebounds. He was very thin. Yeah. He was a very thin guy. I think Florida can change this up and still get a good win with Walter Clayton Jr., Zach Poland, and Tyrese Samuel. Oh my goodness, junior, senior. They got leadership. I got Florida taking down Colorado. Whoever wins this game, don't matter. I still got Florida taking them down.
Micah Handglatten, I still can't fucking say it, but only 19 minutes a game, starting center. It's a loss. It's going to be a factor, but they got bigs off the bench. Florida's got bigs off the bench. I still might change this pick, Max. I like Florida.
Yeah.
I think they're better than a 7.
Ooh.
I think they're better than a 7.
I was shocked. I was shocked with that 7 pick. Matchup.
I think Colorado and Florida are both Sweet 16 teams, but this year they can't both be. This one I still might go back on, Max. Flipping like a flapjack.
I got to see them at the SEC tournament as well. It was awesome. It was so much fun seeing Florida. The fan base in Florida, such a good time. Such a good time there.
I skipped a matchup here. We got to go back to the 3-14 matchup in the South, Max.
Yep.
The Wildcats of Kentucky taking on the Golden Grizzlies of Oakland, the Horizon League champions. So let's look at these Grizzlies real quick. This is their 4th appearance, first since 2011. Their coach, Greg Campy, has been there for 40 years, Max. This is the longest tenured coach in all of college basketball. He took this job when they were in Division II. He was 28 years old. He's now been there for 40 fucking years.
Wow.
He has 698 career wins. That is the 4th most among active head coaches. You got Tom Izzo, Mark Few, and Coastal Carolina's Cliff Ellis right above him. Huh. Another good story here about Oakland. Greg Campy, the coach. The leading scorer this year for Oakland is named Trey Townsend. He's averaging 16.9 points, 7.8 boards, and 3.1 assists. His mom went to Oakland, and his dad played for Campy at Oakland. Campy is coaching someone's son that he previously coached. Trey Townsend, he had a lot of big-time offers, but he's from Oakland. He's from Michigan area. He wanted to stay home. He didn't care about the blue bloods. He didn't care about the NIL going on right now, the transfer portal. He wanted to get Greg Campy into the fucking tournament, and he did it. Go Oakland Grizzlies. I want to pick you, but I'm not.
All the hype, Cobrizi. Jeez.
I think that's a great storyline. 40 years at Oakland.
That's a good story.
You're the leading scorer. His dad played for you. That's awesome. But looking at Kentucky here, we all know the offense is good. I've said it before. They might be the most talented team in America. They might have the most NBA players in America. They got NBA players coming off their bench. Kentucky moving on.
I also got Kentucky. Not much more to say on that, Breezy. Yeah, they're really, really good.
2:15 matchup in the South. We got the Golden Eagles of Marquette, a couple Golden Eagles here playing the Conference USA Tournament champions, the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky. They're making their 23rd tournament appearance. I think that's a lot for Western Kentucky. First since 2013. Maybe that's why it feels like a lot because we haven't seen them lately.
Yeah.
23 appearances for the Hilltoppers. That's pretty good. They won their conference tournament by a margin of 19.3 points per game. They're hot, but they're not going to beat Marquette.
Real quick, I saw that Marquette Kolek. Kolek, is he playing?
Shaka said he is pain-free.
Okay.
After when he quote from Kolek when he got hurt. Quote from Kolek, it hurts to breathe. End quote. So, that was what, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah. That was a while ago. It was a little bit ago. A
little bit ago, but you got Marquette beating the Hilltoppers?
I got Marquette, but also Iguodaro. I think I said it right, Iguodaro. I think that he was also on the injury report. Do you know any update on that, Breezy?
I do not. I know he missed that Creighton game with an illness, but that was a while ago. So
yeah,
I don't know of any for.
I believe it says a knee. I'm gonna hold on. Let me
check that out.
See that real quick. It says injury knee. It says expected return today, but no update. You need both of these guys, everybody. They have to be playing, otherwise. Maybe that's the 15 seed that takes down a 2. I'm not projecting it. It's tough for me to ever take a 15 over a 2, but
you can't.
But we'll talk about the next round.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of the next round, the second round in the South, the 1 seed Houston Cougars for both of us. I got them taking on the A&M Aggies. The Aggies shoot under 40% from the field, under 29% from deep. Houston holds opponents to crazy low shooting. Their field goal percentage defense is first in the nation at 37.9%. Texas A&M might score 45 points and lose.
Yeah. I got Houston taking on Nebraska. Nebraska's a better scoring team than Texas A&M, but they haven't put up the lights against a defense like this. Oh my goodness. Houston is going to take down Nebraska, even though Nebraska gets that memorable win.
Next matchup in the South, I got the Duke Blue Devils taking on the Dukes of James Madison, a 4-12 matchup here. I'm back and forth on this one, Max.
Yeah.
The Dukes average over 84 a game. That is tied for 8th in the nation. They only allow 28.8% shooting from deep. That is 5th in the nation. I think Duke goes cold here.
Ooh.
They have a lot of young guys. James Madison, we talked about him from the beginning. I said that they were going to win the Sun Belt and make the tournament. You said that you'd hope so. Damn it, I've been on the Dukes for a while. James Madison, Cinderella story, Sweet 16, taking down the Blue Devils.
Love it. Hey, baby, let's go ahead and match that. I also got James Madison. I'm on board, man. I'm on board. They got a hell of a team. Not only, Breezy, do they have a great offense, they play defense, dude. They got 9 steals. They average 9 steals per game.
Good. Pretty good.
Come on.
Pretty good. That's 16th in the nation. 9 steals a game is 16th in the nation. Pretty good. Bottom half of the South in the second round, I got the Kentucky Wildcats taking on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. This is going to be a good one, Max. A little bit of defense versus offense. The Red Raiders offense has been better this year than in past years. Like I said, Kentucky, I think, is super, uber talented. John Calipari. Moving on to the Sweet 16.
I'm going to go ahead. I got NC State taking on Kentucky, but I don't know. There's something about Kentucky, man. There's something about Kentucky. Maybe it's just because I'm in Tennessee. Defense. They're right above us. Right above us. No defense, I know, but that offense, man, oh my goodness. I got Kentucky, baby, taking down NC State.
Nice. Last second round matchup in the South. We got the Marquette Golden Eagles sitting there. Right now, I got them taking on Colorado. Let's see how they look tonight. That's a nice luxury to have about the first 4. You can see it before you enter your brackets on Thursday morning.
Yeah.
Could be Florida. Very well could be Florida. Originally, I had Florida beating Marquette. So I'm even going to have to look at that again.
Yeah.
Right now, I got Marquette in Colorado. This one's a tough one for me. Marquette. Oh, sorry. Last year's win over Vermont for Marquette, the 2-15 matchup. Marquette got them. That was their first NCAA tournament win since 2013. Marquette hadn't won a game before last year in the tournament since 2013. My God. Shaka Smart. We respect Shaka Smart on this podcast, right? We think he's a good coach.
Yeah.
Final four with VCU. That'll never be taken away.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
But Shaka Smart is now 1-7 in his past 7 tournament appearances because he got that one win fucking last year over Vermont. He's now 1-7 in his past 7 tournament appearances with 4 losses to double-digit seeds.
Whoa.
While he was at VCU, Texas, and Marquette. 1-7 in his past 7. That one win was last year over Vermont. Shaka Smart, you got to make a run this year, man. You got to make a run this year for us to put you in that top 10, top 15 coaches. But I got to make in the Sweet 16. Let me put the Golden Eagles in there for right now.
Yeah.
But don't call me silly if you see Florida in my Sweet 16 tomorrow, baby.
Well, you have Colorado right now.
I have Colorado. Well, if they lose tonight, I ain't got them.
So I do also have Marquette, Florida. And as of right now, I do have Marquette.
Tough one.
Oh, man, this is so hard. Part of me just wants to pick Florida just to freaking pick Florida. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's the freaking it's their
rebounding.
Their rebounding. It's unreal, man. It's unreal. But right now, this could flip. I do have Marquette. Yeah, how about us having a potential flip on that one particular matchup, that one right there? Yeah.
It's because of this first 4 game going on right now. Live update. Boise State up 13-9.
Yeah.
11.5 minutes to go to halftime. Broncos up 13-9. Sweet 16 matchup in the South region. We both have the Houston Cougars, the 1 seed sitting there. I got them taking on the 12 seed Cinderella Dukes. The Houston Cougars have made 4 straight Sweet 16s. Okay, this would be number 5. I think that's pretty impressive for Houston. That defense is silly, man. Defense is silly. I got Houston going to the Elite 8. James Madison, Cinderella. The slipper falls off and they can't find it.
Good one. Cole Breezy, you're gonna jump out of your seat. I'm sticking with James Madison going to the Elite 8. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I'm picking at least one big upset, and this is going to be the biggest one of the year. The biggest upset we're going to see is coming right here from James Madison. Yeah. I love him. I love him this season. I'm still riding that bandwagon. Going to the Elite 8. Let's see if they can do it.
Nice. My other Sweet 16 matchup in the South, I got the 2-3 matchup right now, Marquette and Kentucky. I like Kentucky's talent. Marquette, I've been on them all year. They're preseason Final Four team for me, Marquette Golden Eagles. I think it's a redemption year for them after being a 2 seed, the Big East regular season and tournament champions, getting knocked out by Michigan State in that second round last year. I think they have a lot of motivation for this season. Definitely. I like Marquette, and I would pick them here if I knew Tyler Kolek was 100%. I think Tyler Kolek could take an elbow to that oblique. I think he could go for a layup, get knocked to the floor, aggravate it. Yep. That's a sensitive spot, man. That oblique is sensitive. I'm shocked if he was 100% because he couldn't breathe without it hurting just a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I got Kentucky going to the Elite 8 and all their talent.
Go Breezy, everything that you just said, and I'm going to go ahead and second that. I do have Kentucky. I have Kentucky as well. Yeah. I think Kentucky's really good with Antonio Reeves, averaging 20 points per game, shooting Antonio Reeves is 50% from the field, 44% from downtown, 87% from free throw.
Wow.
This guy's like automatic. Kentucky's going to take down Marquette, sadly, because I like Tyler Kolek.
Sadly.
I like Tyler Kolek. I think he's good.
I do too. It sucks. We see it every year. Guys get hurt late in the season in their conference tournaments. And there's upsets that happen because of that. We see it every year.
Yeah.
My regional finale in the South, I got the 1-3 matchup here, Houston and Kentucky. This is going to be a good game. Kentucky, 89.4 points per game. That is second in the nation. 49.7% shooting. That is 5th in the nation. 41.2% from deep is first in the nation. Okay. 6.3 blocks is third in the nation.
Yeah.
Okay, I just named multiple categories. They're top 5 in the nation. And Kentucky is talented.
Yes.
They have the most NBA players of anybody. John Calipari. Let's look at him real quick. When he got to Kentucky, he advanced to at least the Elite 8 in 7 of his first 10 seasons. Elite 8 at least in 7 of Calipari's first 10 seasons at Kentucky. But he hasn't advanced past the second round since 2019. Kentucky, they're not what they were when Calipari first started. That defense, woo, boys, 108th according to Ken Palm. Houston, I think, is more pissed off than anybody coming in this tournament. They got embarrassed last Saturday, scoring 41 points in that Big 12 championship. They are fucking embarrassed. Jamal Shed, the unanimous Big 12 player of the year, leads Houston to the Final Four.
Go, baby. Nice pick. Nice pick. I could definitely see Houston going to the Final Four. No doubt about it. I have Kentucky taking on James Madison. Okay, James Madison. I love, come on. You got to look at them all. Let's go with Cinderella's story, right?
Awesome.
Do I go as far as to put James Madison into the Final Four? Because, hey, last season we saw an 11 seed. We saw a 5 seed. We saw a 4 seed. A 9.
Another 5. Yeah. We saw a 9 and 2 5s and 4. 9, 2 5s and 4.
Okay. It makes me want to, just for the sake of that. But you know what? Kentucky's got something. Cobrizzi, they're 8 guys deep. 8 guys deep.
Wow.
Okay? The only problem I would say is that of those 8, only 2 guys are experienced. And but that one guy, one of those 2 is Antonio Reeves, a senior who is averaging what we already said earlier. Kentucky's going to the Final Four this year, boys. You got it.
You know, Kentucky, they've had a lot of inexperienced teams in the past make runs. This could be another one with NBA players going in the first round. A recent ESPN mock draft had both Reed Shepherd and Rob Dillingham in the top 5 of the drafts. That is fucking nuts. Coming off the bench. Both coming off the bench, for fuck's sake.
That's nuts.
All right, Max, that finishes up our 4 regions. Let's get into our Final Four picks and championship picks. My God, we're over 2 hours. It's going to be longer than last year. Can't fucking believe it.
Oh, jeez.
Let's get into our Final Four.
Too much to talk about, but let's finish this Final Four.
68 teams. Let's get into our Final Four picks. We got the bracket over here on the left side. I got the 1 seed defending champions, the Huskies of UConn, taking on the 3 seed Baylor Bears out of the West Regional. This one's going to be a good one here, Max. We know about the defending champion Nugget with the Huskies not being able to make it past the Sweet 16. We got them in the Final Four. We both do. The Huskies, they lose 3 guys to the NBA, reload, have a better record, win the Big East, get the number 1 overall seed. Baylor, I'm sorry, I like you. Congrats on the Final Four, but you're losing to the Huskies. Huskies going to back-to-back championship games.
Nice pick, Cole Breezy. I got UConn taking on Arizona in Glendale. So home crowd. But here's the thing, Cole Breezy. UConn only has 3 losses. You know, they only have 3 losses on the year. I believe all 3 of them were on the road. Kansas, Seton Hall, Creighton, all on the road.
Yep.
So this is a road game.
Oh, baby.
This is a road game.
Oh, baby. Give it to me.
I'm not going there. Not going there. I think it's going to be a great game, but I got UConn, dude. I kept on saying it that, dude, these guys are better than last season. They're better. They're a better team. They play together more. They play harder defense than last year. So I don't know how they did it. Well, coaching is outstanding. How about that? I got UConn going to the championship game, baby.
We're right there together. On the other side, the right side, I got the Houston Cougars coming out of the South, pissed off. The Cougars are pissed after that Big 12 championship.
Yep.
Like the Creighton Blue Jays coming out of the Midwest Regional 3 seed. This is going to be a good game, as they all are going to be here. I think Houston's better. I think Houston's tougher. Okay, I'm not calling the Blue Jays soft. Okay. Houston, they got dogs. They got dogs that are hungry, that are pissed off. Houston, with the number 1 defense in America, going to the championship game to play the Huskies.
Nice. That is a fun matchup to talk about, by the way, Houston versus UConn. Ooh, I like it a lot. So I got Purdue taking on Kentucky. Okay.
Ooh.
Go breezy. I told you already earlier about Purdue and how I'm running the stats.
Oh
Just
yeah.
running the stats. Just I needed to see the matchups. I
Running
needed
them.
to see everything that's happened throughout the season. And when everything added up, there was one team that came out on top by 1 point. By
Oh.
1 point. I even had to do it a couple times. I don't know. I'll look back later. I had to do it a few times.
Went back
I didn't
to
want.
do it again.
I went back. I went back and I had to do it again. But I'm sticking with my Purdue Boilers, baby. Championship
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Go Boilers.
Yep.
Zach Edey, best player in the game. Kentucky with they're 8 players deep. Don't get me wrong, but their defense once again not very good. And Purdue is one of the best offensive scoring teams in the game. They're not going to be able to contain Zach Edey, and they're not going to be able to contain the guys from beyond the arc. The guards from beyond.
Zach Edey could have a field day against Kentucky. My national championship matchup for the 2024 NCAA tournament. I got 2 1 seeds. Call me a queef. But I got 2 1 seeds. UConn and Houston, the two top seeded teams in the tournament. These 2 teams, along with Purdue, they've been head and shoulders above everybody else. These top 3 teams have been 1 seeds for a month probably. Houston, they are first in points per game allowed, first in field goal percent allowed. That defense is stupid. They average 10 steals a game. That's tied for 7th in the nation. UConn, shooting almost 50% from the floor. That's 6th in the nation. 18.5 assists is 4th in the nation. 5.5 blocks, 10th in the nation. These guys, both of these stat cards are fucking filled up all over. Could barely fucking fit everything on them. These 2 teams are the best teams in the nation, along with Purdue. I'll make a top 3, even though I got Purdue losing the Elite 8. Maybe even in the second round. Who fucking knows the Utah State? But I got the Huskies of UConn going back to back. It hasn't happened since 06, 07 Florida. Okay, not even has a defending champion made it past the Sweet 16 since 07 Florida. I got the Huskies. Tristan Newton, Cam Spencer, Donovan Clingan, okay, Alex Carabin, Dan Hurley, one of the best coaches in America. That dude has fire. He has juice. I would love to play for Dan Hurley.
Yeah.
Throw in Stephen Castle. He's probably a top 10, 15 pick. UConn Huskies are cutting down the nets in Glendale, Arizona.
Oh, boys. UConn taking on Purdue. I picked Purdue this far. And
Why
you better
stop?
believe I am washing this jersey, ready to go for that championship game when I see them there. Okay, I'll tell you. I might be in Glendale. I might be there.
Shit. Really?
Who knows? But I'm running through the stats, Cole Breezy. I'm tallying up everything. And this was the first matchup where Purdue got their ass freaking handed to them. It was not even a contest.
Really?
Not even really? I mean, I don't know. It might have been 13-6 on my tally. 13-6. That's. I got UConn taking down my Boilers. I got UConn taking another championship, 2 in a row. I think, man, the net. UConn second in the net. Purdue third in the net. Strength of schedule. Purdue number 2 compared to 80 strength of schedule of UConn. But they're just UConn is so deep, man. 5 scorers averaging 10.8 points per game. They have 4 big dogs in my book. 4 big dogs. You already named them. I don't know who's going to beat them, Cole Breezy. I haven't seen a team this good in years. I haven't seen a team this good with these kind of stats in a long time. UConn is going to repeat.
The way they ran through the tournament last year, it's not going to be like that this year with all those double-digit wins. I believe the highest average margin of victory in tournament history for a champion, but it's gonna be a tougher road with you got the SEC tournament champions Auburn, you got the Big Ten tournament champions Illinois, you got the Big 12 champions Iowa State, all in that bracket. You got San Diego State, FAU from the Final Four last year. The committee did UConn no favors. They don't want to see it happen. They don't want to see UConn win again. They stacked the load against the Huskies. If the Huskies get this one, Max, this is going to be their 6th title. All since 99, okay? 6 would tie them with North Carolina.
Wow.
behind Kentucky with 8 and UCLA with 11th.
Wow.
UConn would be tied there in 3rd with the most national championships in college basketball history.
Wow. That's I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to do it. This is going to be such a fun dance, everybody. Man, get prepared, put the beers on ice, whatever you got to do, get comfy, get the 4 TVs set up. Oh my, I can't wait.
Quadruple,
get the quad going, tip off 11:15 over here, 10:15 over by Cold Breezy. If you're in the West Coast, 9:15. I remember there were some games when I was coaching, but when I was in LA, I had to tell my clients, I said, hey, hold on a second. I got to watch tip off. Just get a couple reps in, and hey, welcome to March Madness. That's
hell yeah.
You gotta be ready for tip off, everybody. You can't miss that.
Everybody needs to do a bracket. I got a couple queefs texting me saying, "Oh, I don't want to waste $20." Fuck it, we all got $20 in our wallet. I don't want to call anybody.
You're an adult.
I don't want to call anybody out by name, but y'all got $20 in your pocket. All right.
Yeah.
Enter a pool. We do ours on ESPN, the Tournament Challenge. That's the most popular. Max, we got, last time I looked, almost 30 people. Okay, we're trying to break 40 this year. $20 a person. Another cool thing you could do with your bracket, get your pets involved. I get my dog Bentley involved every year. Okay, he's been doing a bracket every year that we've had him. You get 2 balls, okay, Max? They got to be fresh balls. They can't be balls he's already got and already used to. 2 fresh balls. I went to Target this morning. You write a number 1 on one, you write a number 2 on the other, and you throw them both, okay? Whichever one he grabs and brings back, that's who you have. Number 1 is the better seeded team. Number 2 is the underdog. Cool way to get your dogs involved. And you know what? Last year I didn't enter Bentley's bracket into our pool because it was a waste of $20. He had a couple 13, 14 seeds. He had Montana State winning it all, actually. But this year was kind of better. Now he had 3 1 seeds losing in the first round. Okay, he had 3 1 seeds losing in the first round. That's not good. But he also had Iowa State in his Final Four, and his national champion was the Duke Blue Devils. Now, Duke is not going to be a popular pick by people in these bracket pools. He could be the only one with Duke. If Duke wins it, he's going to win the pool. I'm entering my dog into our fucking pool this year, Max.
I love it. I wish Luna would go chase after some balls. She don't do it. She don't do it unless there's a treat involved. But I can't give Luna 63 treats. Can't do that.
You wouldn't be able to finish a region.
That's awesome, though. Yeah, everyone, come on. A bracket is so easy to do. You don't have to know anything about the teams. Just guess. Even if you just get a couple years ago, Zach's wife now, she said, I never filled out a bracket, and she won. She won like $700 or something like that.
Because she picked Baylor, and she was the only one who had Baylor. So if you can pick a champion that no one else has in those bracket pools, you can take home a lot of money, especially in our league.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hell of an episode, Max. The 2024
My goodness.
Alabama March Madness bracket breakdown. We're going on about 2.5 hours almost. If you can take some time to watch this, we appreciate it. You stayed this long. Hats off to you. You're a hell of a fan if you watch this one. Max, where are they going to be able to find this podcast at?
Oh, everybody, thanks for coming out to the Don't Tell Mama Sports Podcast. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And real quick at Cold Breezy, we broke the 900 mark in subscribers today. We did it today. Thank you, everybody. We appreciate that. We're not only located here on YouTube, but we're also located on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Instagram, X, and Apple Podcast. Did I say Spotify? I always get mixed up.
Yeah.
But everyone, oh my goodness, this is the best time of the year. Come on. Let's see those brackets filled out. Who is going to win the championship? I didn't go for my bowlers, but I'm going for them. I'm going to be wearing this jersey. How sweaty I'm going to be.
Whoa, you said you're going to wash it. Are you going to take it to the cleaners? You're going to put that in a machine?
Depending on how long Purdue wins, I probably, just based off of superstition, I probably won't wash it. No matter how much guacamole's on it, no matter how much sweat. I'm pitting out.
Your grandma got that for you, right?
My grandma got it for me.
You're going to get guac on that. Disrespect.
I'll take it to the cleaners.
Disrespect your grandmother.
Yay.
And Matt Painter.
Well, Matt Painter, he's got some work to do.
Yeah,
He's got some damn work to do.
Starts this week.
Starts on Friday. They're gonna kick Grambling's ass.